Hello, chatteroonies. Hope everybody's having a good day. Welcome on in. If you want me to say hi to you, please make sure to say hi in the chat or in the comments, I guess, if you're watching the VOD on YouTube. I will say, chat, before we get going, two things. One, I'm going to play a Nen Garden ad so then you guys get a little bit of a chance to say hello. But also, on top of that, for all the Eagle Eye watchers on YouTube specifically, I was planning on commentating over a Chinese championship that happened over the weekend, kind of like to cap off OP13, the final OP. It happened like over the weekend. So I thought it was really cool because there were some interesting decks that were showcased in there, like Yellow Bonnie, right, was one of them. I know was round one. I don't know too many of the other ones, but some people said that it was a really cool tournament to watch. But like, I would say like 20 minutes before I went live, there was this big warning that popped up that said redistribution is strictly prohibited, which basically means, hey, if you restream this, if you republish this anywhere or whatever, you're in trouble. So I don't want to get in trouble, obviously. So unless I get permission, I'll watch it. But had to quickly pivot. We're going to be talking about the OP14 reveals and also going over some ranked today, OP13. So sorry for the slight pivot, but I still want to stream today and stuff and have a good time. So hopefully everybody else here is having a good time as well. And like I said earlier, I'm going to give you a quick Nen Garden ad. So, Chad, I'll be right back. Listen, if you're itching for a brand new playmat, now is the time to check out Nen Garden, the sponsor of this video. Not only do they have brand new pre-orders up on their website for Chaos Crew, Green Fury, and the Absolute Ruler designs, which, by the way, are phenomenal. But if you're a fan of Goldie Roger, Nen Garden actually put out a new playmat called the Journey's End, showcasing Goldie Roger himself, and you yourself can find his one piece with the possibility of a 1 in 20 chance to get the special wanted playmat. And on top of that, if you're like me and you absolutely prefer cloth mats, Nen Garden has officially posted on their site cloth mats for Green Fury, Absolute Ruler, Berserk, and Journey's End. Plus, if you want a ton of other great accessories that aren't just playmats, they've got the King of Hearts t-shirt, matching pin, other pins alongside of it through the whole cake island, and even stickers. Make sure with whatever you want in Nen Garden, use my code Atrocious for 8% off. The link to their website is in the description below. Thank you so much for Nen Garden for sponsoring the video, and let's get back to that video. Hello, chat. Where's my music back? I kind of want the music back. Yeah. There we go. All right, Decimo, Samuel, Denny, Starry, Bushwhacker, bass player, and Doki. What's going on? Morticia, hello. My cat has joined me. She's like, oh yeah, you're talking in the mic, therefore I get to be on camera, all right? I get to be on camera. But yeah, Chad, sorry about the change of plans that happened so quick, so suddenly, I'll say. With what we were going, I was really excited actually to commentate over the Chinese championship, but it was weird. It was like it wasn't there earlier today when I got everything like ready. But then like 30 minutes ago, it was just like big words. It was like, no, don't do this. You'll get in trouble. So I don't want to get in trouble. Treated the same way as if it's the English broadcast as well. If I don't have permission, just can't do anything about it, unfortunately. But there were some really cool reveals last night. The Dofi does look really good, in my opinion. I do think the base art is better, but that's just because I think the base art's like one of the best base arts in the game. I do like all of these alternate art leaders. They're not the only things that were revealed, though. There were plenty of cards that were showcased last night. We're going to go through them all, chat. Let's see, where did it start? It actually started right here, I think, with the Miss Wednesday. If you're wondering where I'm at, I'm in our Discord server. Our Discord server, if you want to, on Twitch, do !Discord. Whoa! Doom! Thank you so much for the subscription, Doom. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you so much for the Prime. What was I going to say also? Lost my train of thought. It's in our Discord server. So if you're on Twitch, you can do !Discord. Or if you're on YouTube, you can go to the link in the description to join our Discord server completely free. These translations that you're seeing here pop up automatically. They pop up automatically. So they'll auto-populate, in my opinion. In my opinion, no, that's factual information. I'm a little bit out of sorts right now because of the sudden change. I was scrambling to make a new thumbnail and change the titles and all that stuff of today's stream. Very stressful last 30 minutes for me. But Mihawk looks like the most fun deck. Mihawk is definitely cool. It's pretty cool. I think it's definitely better after the set of reveals, and I think we're understanding a little bit more about his leader in general, I would say. But chat, let's go over these OP14 cards. This set does come out in January for us out here in the West. I think it's coming out in November in Japan in the Eastern format. So they'll have these cards pretty soon. We'll know the set list pretty soon. But right now they're just doing some leaks to hype it up and whatnot. But yeah, I'm really curious about how the Dofi develops as well. Because Doflamingo, that's the deck that I want to play in OP14, personally. Also, MF, welcome on in. Hopefully you get to join the Discord okay. Actually, does this mess up the, sizing and stuff? It does. There we go. There we go. That's better. Just wanted the sizing a little bit different. All right. Let me move this over here now, though. Okay. Here we go, chat. The first one that was revealed, Miss Wednesday. This was the first card revealed of the group that happened last night. In the trailer, they released a OP14 trailer, is how it came about. Miss Wednesday, a black 1-cost Baroque Works 2K counter, 1000 power. Activate main, you may trash this character. One of your opponent's characters with a 0 cost gains 3000 power for the turn. So I think that's kind of interesting because, wait, the crocodile? Crocodile? Because the crocodile, right? You have to KO one of your Baroque Works characters, and then you get the -10. So, with that, you have to KO a different character than this Miss Wednesday to get the -3000 going, which I think to be pretty interesting. I'd be curious to... I kind of wish that it was Crocodile. Seeing this was a once per turn of when one of your opponent or when one of your Baroque Works characters gets KO'd or leaves the field of play or something like that. Just a once per turn, your turn. So then you could use this effect to -10 and... Or actually, would that even work? Because you have to trash the character first to -3, or to then check what their cost is, and then your crocodile goes off. But all in all, this Miss Wednesday has to go in collaboration with trashing a different character on your field to be able to get that -3000 on the Activate main, which I thought was interesting. There was also a Mr. 5 chat. The Mr. 5, a 5-cost, 6000 power Baroque Works character. Special, 1k counter on it. Has blockers, so a nice 5 cost 6k blocker. We've seen plenty of those in the game, right? But also as an on play if there's a character with cost of 0 or 8 or above in play. Draw 2 and trash 1 from your hand. So a little bit of cycling. I like this card definitely in Crocodile, right? Especially seeing some of the different reveals that have happened, because filling the 2 different conditions, right? Cost of 0 or 8 and above means that you can use your leader effects, you know, get something -10 to be a 0 to get that. Or if you don't want to trash any of your characters, maybe you're facing against like a blue-purple Luffy or something like that, you don't have to use your leader effect. You can just go ahead and play it down if they've played like a 8 cost Luffy or a 9 cost Sanji or something like that. Yeah, I think the Croc and the Mihawk, both as leader effects, are really interesting in general. And I think it's going to be interesting to like sequence and stuff with the different combos that you're going to do. But I like this card a lot. I like this one a lot. I mean, I like the Miss Wednesday too, but I think this synergizes a little bit better with the deck. Next, we got Boa. Or, I'm sorry, not Boa, the Gorgon Sisters. That's what this is. This is the Gorgon Sisters, which is both slash and specials. So we get a two-type character again, like Kid Killer, I will say. Let's go over Boa's leader effect first before we get back to it. That's a different Boa. Here it is. Boa's leader effect, if you do not remember, blue, yellow, Kuja Pirates, and 7 Warlords of the Sea. Opponent's turn, when your character is played, draw 1 card, and then at dawn ×1 once per turn. When one of your characters with the Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates trait with an original power of 5,000 or greater is KO'd, your opponent adds 1 card from the top of their life to their hand. So, couple quick things about this now that we read the Gorgon Sisters effect. This is a 6 cost 5,000 power character, so fulfills that dawn ×1 once per turn on the Boa, to where if they KO it, your opponent has to add 1 card from the top of their life to their hand. The Gorgon Sisters has an activate main once per turn. You may reveal 3 cards with the type Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates from your hand. And if you do, you may attach up to 1 rested dawn each to all of your leaders and characters. So it's almost like the Tony Chopper leader effect in a sense, to where you're just like placing dawn everywhere. It's going to be really nice as well, because you're probably running, now that we have another set that's going to have like a heavy Amazon Lily Kuja Pirates package, your whole deck is probably pretty easily going to be Amazon Lily and Kuja Pirates. So I think fulfilling the 3 is pretty easy, right? The thing that you just need to make sure about is that you have 3 cards in hand, at least, to be able to use this effect. But this card also has a trigger. If your leader has the Kuja Pirates type, play this card, which the Boa leader does. So this card's pretty good. This is definitely an inclusion in the Boa deck, and probably a pretty good one at that, right? It's a 2K, which very, very nice. Searchable off of the Gloriosa, right? But on top of that, being able to play it off the trigger, you get to draw 1 card off your leader effect, which is nice. Kind of replaces it in the hand. And a body, like I said earlier, that fulfills your leader effect to be able to put 1 of the life on your opponent's side into their hand. Nice 5K body. Thankfully, it's not a 6K body, though, because if this was a 6K body, that would be really, really nice. But one of the things that I think is interesting is that with the activate main of revealing the 3 cards, this can basically be a 6K body, right? Because you can attach dawn to every leader and character. So your leader is going to be a 6K leader on your turn. This Gorgon Sisters is going to be a 6K body on your turn. This effect right here synergizes so well with that. It's really like a 6 cost 6,000 power body almost, in my opinion. We've also got Rindo, which is another Kuja pirate. I've never seen her before, but she's pretty. This is another trigger character, 5 cost, 5,000 power. This is ranged attribute, I should say. I forgot what it was at first. It's attribute. Has the ranged attribute. Opponent's turn on KO. Add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life, then take 1 damage. This effect, in my opinion, is really interesting. This is basically a draw 1 card opponent's turn on KO, right? Because you add a card to the top of your life, and then you take 1 damage, which has to be the top card on your life, right? So I think it's really interesting with Marshall D Teach, because when you take 1 damage, you get to announce trigger. If you use like the starter deck Marshall D Teach, right, you're able to manipulate the top of your deck, and if your opponent KOs this Rindo, you're able to just put whatever you put on the top of life, put it on the top of your deck, put it to the top of your life, and then trigger it right away. Like, it could be a beige trigger, it could be a 0 cost event. There's a lot of different things that you can do. So this Rindo, I feel like, is a pretty sticky body. If the Boa is built in that with the 2 cost Marshall D Teach. But honestly, like, even at its worst, it's a draw 1 card. It's an on KO draw 1 card, right? Because you add 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life, and then you take damage. So you can't lose by this card dying. It just cycles a card, like, from one spot to another. I think it's really interesting that, like, this is like, it's just a super roundabout way to draw 1 card, essentially, but make that card potentially have trigger. It's really curious, I think. And then also, as that trigger for your leader, has the Kuja Pirates type, play this card. I really like this card. I think this card is really, really interesting and neat, especially for the deck building of the deck building potential, I should say, of Boa Hancock. So now let's talk about Kiku Nojo, right? Going into the green. Let me pull up Dracula Mihawk so then I don't get the I hate how in Discord I have to type the whole thing. Okay, Dracula Mihawk, so I don't get the leader effect wrong. Remember, on Dracula Mihawk's leader effect, if your opponent's leader has the slash type, this leader has 1,000 power. That's continuous, so it could be a 6k leader against something like Zoro. Activate main once per turn. You may rest 1 of your cards if there's a character with a cost of 5 or greater on the board, you or your opponent's side. Set up to 3 of your Dawn as active, and then you cannot play character cards this turn. So one of the cards that you can rest, right, because you can rest a stage, you can rest a character, you can rest a Dawn. You could potentially rest this Kiku Nojo, right? This Kiku Nojo 2K is / Wano Country Akaza 9. At the end of turn, this character becomes active. So not only is it a potential searchable 2K off of the Perona, right? Because Perona can find slash type characters, but if you had to, you could play this down and continuously rest this for your effect every single turn if you wanted to. I think there's a better card that you can utilize the effect with, but if you don't have that card, this one could be a cool option, especially if it's a deck that doesn't have removal, right? Because 1 cost 2k removal is not hard to have. It's just not every single deck plays it. I think that's a solid 2k. We've got Issho in here. Issho 6 cost, 7,000 power, 1k counter. Is another slash type, Dressrosa and Navy. Your turn. When this character is rested, you may add the top card of your life to your hand. If you do, up to 1 of your opponent's rested characters or stages does not become active during the next refresh phase. This is very clearly, chat, an Emu counter card. This is basically a card that is just meant to counter Emu and the Empty Throne stage. Because the Empty Throne stage, right, rest 3, be able to play out a character, could be, you know, the 5 Elders 10 cost, could be the Marcus Mars, could be the Saturn, could be any of them, right? So this card is definitely interesting. You do have to take one of your own life, though. Does not deal damage, so if you're at 0 life, you don't have to, right? And it's not, I don't think it's bolded based on this picture, so it doesn't sound like that the taking a life is a requirement for this card. It sounds like you can do this, or no, if you do, okay, never mind. So it sounds like you have to have at least 1 life to be able to use this effect. So that's a little bit more on the downside, but chat, if you have at least 1 life, especially as a 5 life leader, Dracula Mihawk, that's pretty sick. And also Zoro can play this. That's another good thing too, because it's just a generic like slash type character. Anything that has a slash package in it could be able to use this. You could even use this in something like Zoro Sanji to be able to swing twice with it because it's a 7k base. Another thing that's really curious about that I think not enough people are talking about is the phrase when this character is rested. If you do not know, not only can the Dracula Mihawk use his leader effect to rest this card and get this Issho off, but you could just attack with this Issho and get this effect off, right? When this character is rested is any way that it can get rested, right? So if you had this on the field the turn before, you can go ahead when you swing and utilize this effect. Definitely a really cool card in my opinion. I think that there's definitely fair enough counters to this, but this is a really interesting way to like freeze different characters or stages, you know, especially in that Emu matchup like I was mentioning, where you could basically shut off the Empty Throne stage because it has to rest in order to chain the 10 costs and cheat out like different characters. This Shanks, I think, right here is pretty interesting. Shanks is in OP14, 7 cost, 9,000 power slash type character, East Blue, 4 Emperors, and red-haired pirates. All 3 of those typings. Your turn when this character is rested, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with an original power of 7,000 or lower. Then on opponent's turn, if this character is rested, all of your opponent's characters get minus 1,000 powers. So basically, especially because with Dracula Mihawk, you're able to rest this character every single turn, potentially. You're able to continuously get this second effect of minus 1,000 power off on your opponent's turn every single turn. Now, unfortunately, that means that people are going to be able to potentially swing at it, right? It's not like it's completely safe. But as a 9,000 power body, it probably doesn't take much counter cards to be able to keep this safe in most situations, I would say. I like this card a lot. I think this is a pretty good card. I think that this is going to be pretty good in a lot of green decks, right? And I think especially good in Dracula Mihawk because you can proactively get this off. Original power of 7,000 or lower is a lot of different cards in my opinion. It's a good amount of cards, especially when you talk about like blockers and stuff. The only thing is like against Ace and the Edward Newgate 10 cost blocker. You can't, you know, rest that one, but this is a nice one. This is also, I feel like, one of the only cards, or at least one of the only cards in a while, that proactively rests based on power. A lot of the cards that we've been seeing as of late rest based on cost. So to see it based on power, I think is really, really interesting. You've got Yosaku right? One of the two brothers. Green character, 2 cost, 2,000 power / East Blue, 1k counter. Your turn, when this character becomes rested, choose up to one of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 4 or less. That character does not become active during your opponent's next refresh phase. So this is pretty interesting for the East Blue package, right? We talked a little bit about East Blue package as of late, especially in something like Zoro Sanji, right? Wouldn't surprise me to also see it in something like Dracula Mihawk, right? Being able to proactively just rest this every single turn. 4 costs is good in this format, especially to rest. You talk about the War Curie, right, in the Emu matchup. You talk about the Marco in the Ace matchup, right? Those are 2 impactful decks that have impactful 4-cost blockers specifically, and it can be even more than that, than just blockers. It can just be anything, right? I would be interested to see about like Perona as well. I know it's probably not that good, but like being able to minus stuff and then do stuff like this with them, well, it says when this character becomes rested. If you were to, like, hypothetically, and I know this can't happen because 8-cost Gecko Moria is banned. If you were to have a card like 8-cost Gecko Moria, right, and you were able to bring this Yosaku back from the trash, but choose it as your rested character, does this effect go off? So I think like Trafalgar Law, the 6-cost Trafalgar Law and OP13, it plays a character in as rested. Does this effect go off when you play it in as rested, or does it have to go into the motion from active to rested? If anybody knows, let me know. But I might ask Dragonithica about it. Yo, what up, Isabella Rue and Naruto Lava? Can you add 3 Dawn and attack with it? Yeah, you absolutely could, and that would be a way to get this as rested. I mean, you don't even have to attach any Dawn to it. You can just have this on the field and turn it sideways to attack a 5,000 power leader. You don't have to match the power to be able to do it. It says when this becomes rested. You don't think so? I was gonna say, like, it'd be really interesting if you could, but I don't think it works like that. It'd be really cool if it did, but I don't think it works like that either. And I think it just depends on what this word is officially translated as. Probably not, because it's never rested. It just comes in as such. Okay. Yeah, like I'm not a judge or anything like that, and that's not a ruling like I've never thought about before. So it would make sense if it didn't work, but I think it would be kind of interesting if it did work like that. Not that there's a lot of things in the game right now that like could use this effect and abuse it in that way, but you know. Congrats on your crown. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody being here. I know we changed the plans last second, but it is what it is, chat. Hope you're all having a good time. Hope you're having a good day. We've got Johnny in here as well, the other brother, right? Johnny, 2 cost, 2k power, East Blue, 1k counter / type. When this character becomes rested, KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 2 or less. Really good way to just get rid of chum blockers, right? Play this on the field, use Dracula Mihawk's leader effect, KO. If it sticks on the field, just attack with it. Yo, what up, Pinwheel? Yes and no. It was more of like a ruling of like, yeah, like, so Lim is a good example. Like, both Yosaku and Johnny say when this character becomes rested. So I'm curious. I don't know if that includes when the card is played as rested. So like Lim, the 6-cost Trafalgar Law, hypothetically the 8-cost Gecko Moria, right? Yeah, if that's the case, Lim could use these cards, which is interesting. But I don't know. I mean, Lim, I guess they wouldn't be like awful tech options. Because you would save technically 1 Dawn, right? If you played this instead of like Edward Newgate. Because Edward Newgate KOs a 2-cost. And so you have to use 3 with your leader effect, but you could use 2 and play Johnny instead. Save 1 Dawn. But then you don't ramp. Yeah, Nami Searcher is definitely on the up. The Nami East Blue Searcher is definitely up with all these East Blue cards. I mean, because you got the Yosaku, the Shanks is East Blue, the Johnny is East Blue. The Tashigi, though, is not East Blue, chat. It's a 5-cost, 6,000 power / Navy, 1k counter, opponent's turn. If this character were to leave the field by your opponent's effect, you may instead rest 1 of your cards. Activate main once per turn. You may rest 2 of your cards. This character gains 2,000 power until your opponent's next end phase. Could this be played in Red-Green Smoker, chat? Because think about this. Think about how this could work in Red-Green Smoker, right? On a 5 Dawn turn, you play this down. You play this down for 5. Wait, what is... Hold on. Smoker. What does Smoker say? Oh, the Smoker has to be 7,000 power or more. That's right. Okay. Think of your 6 Dawn turn. Let's say you play Tashigi down for 5. Add 1 Dawn to Tashigi to make it a 7,000 power character, right? What if you did like Smoker leader effect to restand 2 Dawn and then use the activate main to rest 2 Dawn and make it a 8,000 power character through your opponent's next end phase, which then would be a 9, right? Because of your Smoker effect. Like a 9 on the defense. Not saying that that's the correct way to do it, right? Because that actually seems like really, really bad. But like, do you understand what I mean of like Smoker being able to restand Dawn constantly and reutilize Dawn? Like, how interesting could this effect be in something like Red-Green Smoker? I mean, obviously it's very good in regular Mihawk probably, right? Or like maybe Zoro, I don't know. Yeah, like I'm not saying that Johnny would be better than Newgate Stigron. I forgot how to read for a second. I'm not saying that it's better than Newgate. I'm just saying, like, what if you could? You know? It's probably not good, but, like, trying to fully understand the, like, the phrase, when this character becomes rested. Mihawk plays Hiyori, Nami, Perona. I don't think you play Hiyori, though, right? You definitely play Perona, but Hiyori, your leader has to be Zoro to be able to work. The 1-drop searcher Hiyori. Unless there's another Hiyori in here that I haven't gotten to yet. But the Hiyori from OP12 doesn't work with Mihawk. Because Mihawk's name is not Zoro. But I think this card is super interesting. I think this card could be pretty cool. Especially in Red-Green Smoker. Like, there has to be a way for you to, like, abuse this effect to make you, like, a 9,000 power character on the defensive side. No, I thought about Hiyori at first as well until I remembered that your leader had to be Zoro. Nicholas. I had that same mistake. One of the most exciting cards, though, in the Mihawk deck, in my opinion, is Coffin Boat, right? A 1-cost stage. which if you heard my video talking about the OP14 officially revealed set of leaders and their leader effects, I talked about how Dracula Mihawk could be really cool if it got a 1-cost stage. This Coffin Boat, a East Blue 7 Warlords of the Sea type stage, is East Blue. That's a good thing to know, chat. It is East Blue. On play, if your leader is Dracula Mihawk, draw 1 card. Replaces it in the hand, right? Very much like Mary Go. Always going to draw 1 card. End of turn, if your leader is Dracula Mihawk, set up to 1 Dawn card as active. 2 things. Really good with this protection effect on Tashigi, right? Very, very good. Constantly on opponent's turn. Being able to have 1 Dawn left open. And we haven't even talked about like potential counter events that Dracula Mihawk could play, right? But this is a perfect candidate to be able to use your leader effect every single turn as Dracula Mihawk to restand 3 Dawn and utilize however you'd like, except for playing characters. You can't play characters, but however else you would like. This stage is really good. This stage is basically like playing a 46 card deck, you know, because you probably play 4 of these and you just play it down. I like this card a lot. This stage is very, very good for Dracula Mihawk. Most random stage ever printed. I was wondering if he was going to get a 1-cost stage. And it made sense because, like, the 1 card, if it said 1 Dawn, I wouldn't see it like a stage. But because, like, his leader effect says rest 1 card, I'm like, this guy needs to have a stage, right? Like, you could do Muggy Kingdom. That was my thought. But them going with the little boat kind of fits the East Blue typing, right? And a lot of the East Blue theme that they have with a lot of the cards, because this is the first time that you like meet Dracula Mihawk, right? It's East Blue when he's like the Barati, isn't it? So it kind of fits, you know, with all the other people as East Blue. Chat, before we get into the Don Quixote Doflamingo card, let me remind you of his leader effect. He's a 5-life, 5,000 power purple leader. Opponent's attack once per turn, Dawn -1. Select your leader or one of your Don Quixote Pirates type characters. Change the target of the attack to the selected card. Basically a built-in, oh come my way. This is my favorite OP14 leader. Also has an absolutely banging base art. Looks so good in my opinion. So sinister. And I don't really know anything about Doflamingo in the anime or anything like that. Don Quixote Doflamingo, 10 cost, 10,000 power, 7 Warlords of the Sea, Don Quixote Pirates. On play, Dawn -3. Choose one of the following. If your leader has the Don Quixote Pirates type, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 8 or below. And then up to 3, or I should say, you could choose up to 3 of your characters with a cost of 7 or less cannot become rested until your opponent's next end phase. Similar to what I was talking about with the Dracula Mihawk, becoming rested is not just something you use on like an active A main. Being rested also counts towards swings. If your opponent has like, if you're facing against Dracula Mihawk, this is a good example. If you're facing against a Dracula Mihawk and let's say you, they have this Tashigi on field, right? You can freeze this Tashigi essentially to not only say you cannot attack, but Dracula Mihawk's leader effect cannot rest that Tashigi. So that's pretty good. 3 characters of a cost of 7 or less. That is a lot. That's like an electrical Luna, chat. That's pretty good. And KOing an 8 cost is pretty good. That's pretty doggone good, chat. KOing an 8 cost. I mean, you talk about the 8-drop Don Quixote Doflamingo, right, from, what was it, OP10? The one that some people play in UP Luffy to get the Rosinante out that plays the 5 cost. If you play that card as well, you're able to ramp off of Dofi's, that 8 cost Dofi's effect to make sure that the next turn, right, even though you Dawn -3, well, you may with leader effect do Dawn -1, but it's able to get a Dawn back is really what I'm saying, to keep you high on Dawn. And KOing an 8 cost is crazy. That's an 8 cost Katakuri. That's an 8 cost Rush Luffy. That's an 8 cost Dracula Mihawk. Right? That's a lot of different cards. That's a lot of different cards, chat. This is a pretty good card. And you can go ahead and redirect an attack with leader effect onto this 10k character. Pretty gnarly. Yeah, I think that probably Dracula Mihawk and OP14 is an East Blue set, and you play the 1 cost Nami. I think there's just going to be, I think the whole thing is really going to be centered around like East Blue, or at least several things are going to be East Blue oriented, right? So I think you got to play, the 1-drop Nami in there. Chad, there was a new Luffy that was revealed as well. Let's do Law. Trafalgar Law, for anyone who does not know. 5 life, 5,000 power, /7 Warlords of the Sea, Supernova Hard Pirates. Activate main once per turn. Select 2 of your Supernovas or Hard Pirates type characters. Swap the base power of the selected characters with each other during this turn. Something to note, chat, because this 1-drop Luffy is a supernova. Yo, Katon, what's good? The OP14 cards still seem power grep by OP13 leaders and decks. I don't know. I mean, I think it's... I mean, we need to see the full set list, right? That's the first thing. We need to see the full set list entirely to be able to make that. But people kind of said the same thing. Like when OP05 came out and OP06 came out right after it. People said the same thing when OP09 was revealed and released, and then when OP10 was revealed and released. So that's one. I think that's just the thing with like anniversary sets, right? Because OP13 was an anniversary set, like OP05, like OP09. So I think a lot of them will typically feel that way, but I think we need to see the full set list and what these leaders like actually look like with like their quote unquote full potential, or at least full card pool. I'll say full potential may not be figured out until like later, like after a championship or two for sure. But at least the full card pool to really see, because I don't know. I think some of these are like really, really cool. But I agree. I don't know if they like fully beat Emu. We've literally seen like an Emu counter in this. Like this card is very clearly like trying to target Emu, saying rested stages. So, I mean, it takes time, but I don't think you're too far off the mark. Yeah, these effects are all really cool. I love a lot of the OP14 leaders. I think they're really sweet. Seeing some good combos with Boa and Teach. Yeah, I think I said it earlier, Aiden, going over the Miss, what was it? Rindo. With Rindo. I think in Boa Hancock, like Rindo and Marshall D Teach is a crazy combination that you could do. Cuz you can because this basically puts the card from the top of the deck to the top of the life, which then you take that life. So it's basically like a draw one card with a chance to use a trigger effect. I think it's meant for that. Who did that? Keaton, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate that. Chat, if you don't know, I'm going to be cringe for a second, chat. If you don't know, you can use your Twitch Prime on your favorite streamer every single month on Twitch, specifically YouTube. YouTube, just hit subscribe on the channel. But if you got an Amazon Prime account, make sure to link it with your Twitch and use it on your favorite streamer every month. And you have to manually do it because Twitch will not do it automatically for you. So you got to do it yourself every single month. So I appreciate the 2 primes that we've got today from Doomchrist and Keaton. Hope you're all having a swell day. Thanks for coming in. But let's talk about the Luffy, chat. Let's talk about the Luffy before I get more distracted. Again, a supernova character. It's 0 power, 1 cost, 1k counter. On play, look at the top 5 cards. Reveal a supernova card type other than Luffy. Add it to your hand. This already is incredible because the red supernovas have gone so long without good search. Kid Killer's been running around like crazy. Red Purple Trafalgar Law was the best deck in format and did not have like I don't think it had like a searcher supernova, right? At least on like a 1 cost. I don't think. Also, this Luffy has a when attacking effect. Up to one of your opponent's characters gains minus 1,000 power for the turn. This may seem kind of weird until you remember about Trafalgar Law's leader effect, right? So, if you, for instance, had this 1-drop on the field and then had a 4-drop Kid Killer, right? You play down 4-drop Kid Killer, you swing 7. You can go ahead, switch the power level with Luffy, and I think Luffy becomes a 5,000 power swing, right? Because it says swap the base power, and Kid Killer does not gain base power; it just gains power. So. But this little guy starts swinging, right? This 1 cost, literally everything in this deck is going to be a threat because he also power minuses a character. So your board control potential can actually be like really interesting for like a mono red deck, I think. I'll build Dofi in 14, truly biding my time praying for Frankie or Brooke to each get a leader in 15. I think we know that one of them is going to get a leader in 15. I don't know about both of them. I hope they both get one in 15. But I think it was confirmed that at least one of them is going to get a leader. Crazy that Jinbei got 2 leaders before Brooke or Frankie got one. Excited for the future of BY Nami. I think BY Nami is really interesting with EBO3. I'm really excited this weekend to be able to watch the Hiroshima Japan Championships with you guys and see if any Namis squeak into the top 16. So, Keaton, OP14 releases in January in the West, so we'll have like 4 months. We'll have 4 months of... we'll have 4 months before rotation. So really it's like a whole format. OP15 in the West comes out when rotation happens. So pretty much the entirety of the OP14 format, maybe minus a week because it takes a week for OP15 to become legal. But for 99% of the OP14 format, we are going to have the block 1 card pool. And then once OP15 comes, then it'll truly be a rotated, game. Mihawk will be doing the meta, which is like 1/3 of all leaders. Well, the thing is the slash type leaders that are impactful right now are what? Roger, Green Zoro. I don't think any of the OP14 leaders are really slash, right? Except Law. I think Law is the only one. So if Law is meta, then that's pretty good. But yeah, I think Mihawk could be pretty solid out of the gate. The only thing about Mihawk is I don't know if it can keep up with like Zoro, you know. I have like this weird feeling that Zoro will just beat it because Zoro is so aggressive with that leader effect. I hope the alt arts in 15 look good. We'll see in a couple months. Probably like when would we get OP14 reveals? We'd probably get it in like 2 months because in Japan EBO4 comes out at the end of January, I think. And they'll probably spend a lot of time revealing EBO4 before we get OP15. Uta having 3 while some Straw Hats don't... No, oh yeah. Well, Uta is like a super popular character, right? Mihawk is the carrot of Bonnie. Yeah. Yeah. But it'll be curious, right? We have to see everything. All right, so going back now to Boa Hancock. Let me pull up that leader effect again. So then we can see it alongside the new 9 cost, 10,000 power Boa Hancock character with a trigger on it. This is the second main expansion in a row that we have a yellow 9 cost trigger character. The Jewelry Bonnie had one, right? Had a trigger on it in OP13. Now this Boa Hancock in OP14. This Boa Hancock, 9 cost, 10,000 power special. On play, if your leader has the 7 Warlords of the Sea typing, which Boa Hancock does, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your live cards. Then add up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards to its owner's hand. This is worded so weird. This is basically the same thing as the Jewelry Bonnie, right? Instead of Egghead, it's 7 Warlords of the Sea. This doesn't have Rush, though. But I think it has more power than the Bonnie. Right? Did I just make that up? No, it's the same power level as the Bonnie. The Bonnie is a 9 cost, 10,000 power. Oh, wait. No. The Bonnie gets... Hold on, chat. My mistake. The Bonnie gets Rush, and then your opponent takes a life. But Boa heals you 1, and then your opponent takes a life. So they are different. They are different. They are not the same. But the trigger, play up to 1 character with trigger in 6,000 power or less from your hand. That's a pretty good trigger as well. Because I think, especially because of Boa's opponent's turn when a character is played, draw 1 card. You're probably playing a lot of pretty interesting triggers that are something along the lines of like, if your leader is Kuja Pirates, play this character, which we've already seen twice, right? This card, yeah, this card has a trigger that says play the character. This card is a trigger that says play this character. So, this Boa can play out both of those cards And this has the potential, if there are any like on KO effects, or well, also Boa has like on KO effects of like play X card or whatever. But fact of the matter is, Boa can cheat out bodies, right? This is a pretty decent trigger, I will say. This is a pretty good card in general. I think you definitely play this card, right? It's basically a 10-drop Lin. Except it doesn't burn the life. It just forces your opponent to take 1 life. Not dealing damage, because that's different. But basically put a life in their hand. It's a very interesting card. Gecko Moria in chat. Can we talk about how this art is insane? I already know that this is Hayaken Serena. Fantastic illustrator. And this is a crazy good looking this is a crazy good looking regular art. Look at that. That's so creepy. And I don't even know what Gecko's business is of why he's like over here while his body is like right here. This is a fantastic illustrated card. So I will be getting it for my collection, regardless of how good the card is. But if you do not remember Gecko's leader effect, right? Gecko, 4 life, 5,000 power, red, or not red, black and yellow, 7 Warlords of the Sea, Thriller Bark Pirates type leader. Once per turn, activate main. You KO one of your own Thriller Bark Pirates type characters, and your leader and all your characters gain 1,000 power during the turn. When attacking, you may trash 3 cards from your hand, add 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. So gotta remember that. I love Gecko too. I don't know anything about Gecko like from the anime or whatever because I'm not there yet. But Gecko always has some insane art. I think Gecko is like one of Bandai's favorite cards to like make insane illustrations for. The original OP06 art is phenomenal, right? On that alternate art. The PRBO2 alternate art, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And then this guy, pack it up. He's winning the contest. The only thing is the PRB alternate art for the 8-cost Gecko is subpar. But anyways, chat. This 8-cost 10,000 power Gecko with a trigger, another gigantic trigger body, on play. You may play up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less with the Thriller Bark Pirates type from your trash, or you can add it to the top of your life cards face up. This is a pretty cool one in my opinion, right? With that on play, the Thriller Bark Pirates type, all of those black characters from the original OP06 set, the Peronas, the Absaloms, even a Ryuma, right? Dr. Hogback. All of those guys that you would play out with your leader effect from the OP06 Gecko, boom. They're easily viable now within your deck because you can go ahead and cheat them out on the field yet again with the Thriller Bark Pirate type. And if there's any cool ones that get revealed in OP14, right, you can go ahead and put them in your life as a trigger body. Thankfully, it has to be a Thriller Bark Pirates type character. You can't put Capone Beige in your life. You can't put Rebecca on the field and go Rebecca Hina Spandime, right? Or whatever. This is a pretty cool card, but it also has a trigger playing 1 character with a cost of 4 or less from your trash. This, though, could be a Rebecca, right? Because Rebecca is a 4 cost. I don't know if it should be, but it could be. But I really like this Gecko card. I think this Gecko card is really sick. I think this card, not only the art, Hayaka and Serena, fantastic. I want to get, chat, I low-key want to get a binder of this illustrator's One Piece cards. I have an illustrator binder of Sao Sao, the person who made the SP Green Sugar. And Hayaka Serena is one of those illustrators that I see all the time that's like, dang, this art is so insane. You could play the Boa, then use the stage to revive a 2 cost. Oh, that's an interesting thing, chat. Wait, how would that work? I was going to say you could play this Boa. You could play this Boa in Gecko, right? Because Boa just says, if your leader has 7 Warlords of the Sea, not Kuja Pirates, you can go ahead and get that add 1, burn 1 effect. But how does the Thriller Bark stage work? It's an OP06 card, right? Stage, OP06 stage. Oh, because it only costs 1. Yeah, you could actually. You could, for your full 10 Dawn turn, you could play this Boa, and then you can use the Thriller Bark stage to tap your final 10th Dawn, rest the stage, play out a 2 cost, could be, probably would be that 2 cost blocker. What is it? Is it like Cerberus or something? They need to start doing autograph cards. They did one. Yeah, there was the Oda signature in OP05. I don't think they should consistently do autograph cards. I don't think so. Like with what is it? Riftbound's doing it now. Riftbound's doing it now. Weiss has been doing it for a very, very long time. I'm pretty sure there's other card games like HoloLive, I think, is doing it. Like, I think there's too many card games that are doing signatures consistently. So I think what they're doing with like manga rares and like the other, like the gold Roger manga rare or the Three Brothers Fire manga rares, I think those are pretty good. I mean, we literally just got 5 elders in SPs in OP13 from Gege Akutami, the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen, who doesn't know, for anyone who doesn't know. So I think what they're doing is pretty good. I don't think they need to get into signatures. There's too many other people doing signatures, in my opinion. What 2 do you think will get the secrets? They better give a secret rare to Akuma. Kuma not getting any love in this set is criminal. They better give Kuma a secret rare. But I don't know who the other secret rare would be. It wouldn't surprise me if it was Boa. Because I think the last couple... No, I guess that's not true. I mean, they have a theme with it. So I don't know... I don't know what it would be. I guess you could also... No, you can't do Perona. I was going to say you could maybe do Perona, right? Because Perona is like a second-hand man to Gecko or something like that. Mihawk could be Mihawk, right? I love the idea of getting other illustrators, to do the art, like you're saying, Aiden. Like getting the creator of Sakamoto Days to do that Shanks, so cool. Such a good looking card. If a card gets an SR, it will almost never get an SEC. Oh yeah, there's a Perona. Yeah, there's a Perona SR right here. So probably not Perona. Miss All Sunday, yes. Give Miss All Sunday. That's my vote, Chad. It's either Miss Wednesday or Miss All Sunday. Kuma and Miss All Sunday. And then give me Miss All Sunday manga rare. Come on, chat. I don't think they would. I think Kuma would get the manga rare first. But come on, give me Miss All Sunday. Miss Wednesday could also be kind of neat, but they just had the EBO3 came out with Vivi, so I don't know. It would be a Miss All Sunday manga though, not Robin, technically. But I think Boa is possible. Boa is definitely possible. All right, Chad, let's go over Bon Clay. Let me pull back up Crocodile. So then we got it. I won't read it again, but Mr. 2, Bon Clay. 4 cost 5,000 power strike. Baroque Works, counter 1,000. Has an on KO effect. Play up to 1 character with a cost of 5 or below, including Baroque Works in its types other than Mr. 2 from your trash or your hand. This is a really cool way, in my opinion, to be able to cycle this blocker. Right? Be able to cycle Mr. 5. Because he's a 5-cost Baroque Works, and you would be able, if there's an 8-cost or a 0 on the field, you'd be able to draw 2, trash 1, do some filtering. I think those cards definitely go hand in hand. There's probably some other combination of cards that are pretty good, but I think this is a pretty good card in Croc. Also, because with Croc, this is something that is really cool. You may KO one of your characters with a type including Baroque Works. You could use the activate main of Crocodile to KO Bon Clay to activate Bon Clay's on KO effect to be able to play out. Mr. 5. You could definitely do that combo, chat. If your Mr. 5 was in the trash and you wanted to get that on the field. That's definitely something that you can do. Which I think is a really cool combination of stuff. Yeah, Robin's got, Robin and Miss All Sunday have SPs, right? Because Miss All Sunday has one from like OP04 or whatever. OP06, OP05. Has an SP from there, but also Robin has an SP in EBO3. Mr. 2 manga would be mega funny. Yeah, you know what? Give it to Mr. 2. People love Mr. 2. Miss All Sunday would make much more sense in this set rather than Robin. It would make much more sense in this set because this is a 7 Warlord themed set. And for anyone who doesn't know, spoiler alert, I'm going to drop a spoiler of One Piece in chat. Robin's part of Crocodile's crew in Baroque Works. So she's a 7 Warlords of this. She's part of the 7 Warlords of the Sea crew. So it would definitely be Miss All Sunday if it was in this set. I hope it's in this set. I would love it. But yeah, I like this card a lot, chat. I think this card's really good. I think this card's pretty good. Perona, chat, with the Muggy Kingdom tag. I still hate every day that this Dracula Mihawk does not have a Muggy Kingdom tag. Oh, dang it. Accidentally clicked on it. Perona, 5 cost, 6,000 power, Muggy Kingdom, Thriller Bark Pirates, tag, 1k counter. On play, up to 2 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less cannot become rested until your opponent's next end phase. This is already pretty good. This is already pretty good, chat. In my opinion. This is already pretty okay. Because being proactive on saying, okay, you can't do anything with those 5 cost or less characters, It's pretty solid. And then the on KO, you may rest one of your cards. Could be a stage, could be a Dawn, could be a character. Play up to one green character with cost of 5 or less from your hand. So pretty nice. Could be able to like play the Tashigi if you wanted to, right? Because it's just a green character that you can play out. Interesting that it's not black. But the one thing that could be cool, chat, is you could cheat out Ryuma in the Perona deck, right? Perona might still be playing that 4-cost Ryuma. You could cheat it out, play it on the field, KO something that's rested. Because they swung into this or whatever. You could do that. I think this is just as much a Perona card as it is a Mihawk card. Because it's Thriller Bark Pirate, right? Pretty much searchable. Can play green characters. So works out with the green portion of Perona. Yo, what's up, Lazy Ace? Yeah, this is also nice in going first for Perona specifically. Because now you have a like proactive 5 Dawn play. Because this is pretty good. This not having any other conditions is pretty awesome. I like this a lot. I like this Perona a lot. Hopefully OP06 Perona gets a little bit of a boost. Perona could cheat out herself. That's another good point. You may rest one of your cards, play up to one green character with cost of 5 or less. Guess what is a 5-cost green or less? 5-cost or less green card. Perona. That's a good call out, turn 1 niche. So I think that's like a really interesting combination that you can do. Yeah, I like the OP14 stuff going on. Chat, what I thought was also really cool, let's talk about Jinbei real quick. Let's go over Jinbei's leader effect. Jinbei, 5 life, 5,000 power strike, Fishman, 7 Warlords of the Sea, and Sun Pirates. Activate main, you may trash 1 card from your hand. Give up to 2 Rested Dawn to one of your Fishman or Merfolk type leader or character cards. Remember the cost and the effect, because this 8-cost Jinbei, 10,000 power, 8-cost 10,000 power strike, Fishman, 7 Warlords of the Seas, Sun Pirates, same set of typings. When a card from your hand is trashed due to an effect, this character gains Rush for the turn. On your 8 Dawn turn, you can officially use... Dang it, I clicked on this. Well, I guess I'll do it here because I clicked on it. You can use your after playing down that 8-cost Jinbei, you can use your leader effect to trash 1 card from your hand and give 2 Rested Dawn to your leader in order to give this guy Rush. So you can have a 7,000 power leader swing and a 10,000 power character swing. That already is pretty solid, in my opinion, chat. Already pretty good. But with the on play, you can rest 2 of your Dawn cards, draw 2 cards, and return up to 1 character with a cost of 7 or less to the owner's hand. So let's say, you know, your 8 Dawn turn, you played this guy out, you did the whole rush thing. Your 10 Dawn turn, you go ahead on the on play, rest 2 more Dawn cards, right, for your full 10 Dawn. You get to draw 2 cards to maybe trash 1 for your leader effect, remove a 7-cost character or less from the field, and then when you trash from your Jinbei activate main, you now have another 10,000 power rush character. That's pretty good. Sounds like Bonnie without the life take. It's pretty close. Yeah. Doesn't say once per turn either. Well, I mean, you can only like give rush one time though, Naruto Leva. So like you're saying for the Jinbei. The Jinbei, yes. You can use this effect as many times as you want. So, especially with the draw too, right? This is automatically 4 Dawn that you reutilize as rested to give to your leader or characters, as long as they're fishmen or merfolk, right? So that's really cool, right? I talked about in my OP14 first impressions video, after we got all the official reveals of the leaders, that I was really worried with this leader effect that you would need card draw. Like, the support needs to have card draw. And this is a perfect example. Yeah, I think Jinbei got like 1 billion times better with this card. This leader just got 1 billion times better. Now, we still need a lot more support and a lot more reveals. He literally only had 1 card revealed. Like, a lot of these other decks had like 2 cards revealed. Like, well, he had 1 card revealed. He had like 4 cards revealed. 1 card revealed, multiple cards revealed, 1 card revealed, multiple cards revealed. Right? Multiple? I guess only 1 card revealed. But like, Jinbei only had 1 card revealed, and it made his leader like a bajillion times better. Like, everybody was absolutely dragging this leader after it got officially revealed. They were like, this guy sucks. They're like, oh, brother, this guy stinks. But man, like I was telling everybody, chat, you gotta wait for the support. Now, we still have plenty that we need to see, and he still could stink, but we saw the Fisher Tiger too, but it looks okay. I actually remember seeing the Fisher Tiger. Where is that? Oh, there's more cards up here, chat. Okay, wait. We have more cards to look at. Okay, yeah, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. I forgot about these cards up here. Okay. Let's talk about these as well. We're still talking about them. I pulled up Law here. Here's Law's leader effect. This Beppo. Or actually, this was done on the... Yeah, this was done a couple days ago. So I haven't talked about this on stream or anything. So let's talk about these. These are a little bit more old news, but I haven't talked about them yet on the channel, because I didn't talk about them in my OP14 video. So thank you for reminding me about that, Lazy Ace. You're a real hero. You're a real true hero. This Beppo, chat, a 2,000 power 1k counter Heart Pirates Minx type character. When attacking, if this character has 5,000 power or more, give up to 2 Rested Dawn to one of your leader or characters. Obviously, with Trafalgar Law, this is pretty good synergy, right? You switch with a 5,000 power Supernova. Whoop. You go ahead and attack with this Beppo. And then you can make your leader a 7,000 power leader on the offensive, right? Or give the Dawn somewhere else to be able to swing a bigger number. I think that that's pretty good. This is a nice card for Trafalgar Law, in my opinion. This is just another one of those, like, little baby guys to be able to go ahead and be aggressive with. I saw some people talk about, could this card be played in Rayleigh? And I don't think you can afford to play this card in Rayleigh. If this was a 3,000 power character, maybe. But the fact that it's a 2,000 power character means that you can't leader effect and immediately swing with it, right? To get the when attacking effect off. You have to commit a Dawn to it. And I don't think there's really like space in your deck to be able to utilize for that. Maybe like post rotation. No, because we get the 1 cost Nami still, because Nami survives rotation because it was a manga rare. I don't think you ever play this card. If anybody's thinking about playing this. I just don't see it. Yeah, like I would rather just use the Nami or the Shakuyaku. It's a cute idea, But I would rather put in the Jinbei, the red Jinbei from OP12 first. Personally. That's just me. Another supernova, or I should say hard pirates. Sachi and Penguin, 2 cost, 2k power, ranged, 1k counter on it. When attacking, if this character has 5,000 power or more, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power during the turn. Basically, the yin to the yang with Beppo. I think if you're much more oriented to aggro, you play the Beppo. But if you're much more of a control variant, like board control, you play the Sachi and Penguin. That's kind of how I see Trafalgar Law right now. Of like, there's 2 ways that you can play this. You can play this as like a control-y version with power, or you can play this as a like hyper aggro version. So I don't think you would ever play Sachi Penguin and Beppo at the exact same time. But based on what path you go with the deck, whichever one's better, whichever one you prefer, there are 2 different styles to be able to use, to be able to play the deck, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's really nice. There we go. There's Draku Mihawk. Chat, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to subscribe over on YouTube or follow on Twitch. Appreciate everybody being here, hanging out. As we're talking about the reveals, I'll play a little bit of Ranked Ladder as well later. Just not right now. Also, Smurf! Smurf, thank you so much for being our 3,000th follower over on Twitch. I appreciate that, friend. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a good night or day, wherever it is you are. Appreciate that. 3,000, chat. It's pretty cool on Twitch. Appreciate it. I try to stream at least once a week right now. Most of the time it's twice a week. Maybe 3 times a week if there's a Japan Championship and I stream on Tuesday, Thursday. Waiting for your ranked games. I'll do it. I'll do it when we finish up talking about these. We'll definitely play ranked tonight, for sure. I don't think Zoro needed anything, but here we go. All right, let's talk about Kinemon. I pulled up Draco Mihawk's leader effect, but Kinemon. 4 cost, 5,000 power slash. Land of Wano Akaza 9. 1k counter. On play, set up to 3 of your Dawn as active. Then you may not play characters to your field for the rest of this turn. This is perfect. This is perfect for Zoro, right? A lot of... This is like... Well, no, not exactly. I was going to say this is a power corrupt like OP12 Zoro, but yes and no. So think about this, chat. On your 3 Dawn turn, you play Starter Deck 12, Dracul Mihawk, cheat out Kinemon, because he's a 4-cost slash type character. The on play sets up 3 as active. You attach them all to Zoro, and now you can swing 8,000 at a character to remove it, and then restand, swing 8 again. That's a pretty good turn 2 going first for Zoro. And then on top of that, with Kinemon, when KO'd, rest up to one of your opponent's cards. So it's kind of like a sticky body. Like, if you want to swing at this Kinemon, it has to be after you've... Well, even then, like, I mean, this Kinemon is very interesting to get rid of. You have to trash it. Unless you're okay, like, losing a Dawn or losing a swing. This card's pretty good. Yeah, this card is also pretty good in Yamato as well. What's going on, Houdini? Yeah, Yamato also plays that starter deck. Whatchamacallit? Starter deck Mihawk at times, right? Because there's some decent slash targets in the Land of Wano Akaza 9 kind of package. And then you can just attach 3 and swing 8 double attack with your Yamato leader. This is also a pretty interesting, like, Yamato kind of card. I think of this more as a Zoro card because Zoro's like a top 3 deck already in the meta. But yeah, pretty crazy, I think. Mihawk into Kinemon is free. The Mihawk play into Kinemon on 3 to restand your Dawn entirely and swing 8 with leader is pretty bonkers, I'll say. It's a pretty good thought. Because, like, especially in Yamato, right? Maybe you don't want to take the first swing to take 2 life. So usually you, like, give, like, a 1k. But, like, now you're like, oh, I'm probably taking this right away. And in Zoro, I don't know if Zoro would have... I don't know if Zoro would have rested, like, in its opponent, right? On because they would finish up their 2 Dawn turn. I don't think they'd have any rested characters. But swinging 8 at lead, once again, like I said about Yamato, is just way different than swinging 5, right? Like, swinging 8 is 2 2Ks, while swinging 5 is just 1 1K. That's huge. It's a crazy, crazy thing. Yeah, the Yamato character on 5 also gives 3 from EBO3. The 5 cost Yamato gives 3 Dawn to your, like, leader. Would prefer Tashigi first? Well, no, because Tashigi doesn't work off of... My main point is the... well, even on 3 or 4, Tashigi doesn't work, right? Because Tashigi is a 5 cost. So Tashigi on the 5 cost... and then this Tashigi is also a 5 cost. Did we know about this Searcher? Oh, yeah, we knew about these events. Yeah. I think this card's pretty good. I mean, it's going to be good in Dracula Mihawk, but I think this card is pretty good in Zoro. I think this is definitely an inclusion in Zoro. Yeah, in Yamato, the Trafalgar Law will cheat it out. Yeah. I don't think Yamato can run the Perona Searcher because the Perona Searcher, you have to have a slash attribute leader, right? Yeah, Perona says your leader has to be slash, and Yamato is a strike type leader. So that wouldn't work. But yeah, Lazy Ace, I think that this can replace the OP13 Zoro. Because you just get more Dawn. Like, you basically get your leader effect, right? Whereas the only difference is that you have to this having an on KO effect is probably what puts it over the edge against Zoro, right? Because you can just rest one of your opponent's cards. Because I was going to say, like, when your opponent swings into it and kills it, because the Zoro restands at the end of turn. And so then you think about, is there a difference between the restand and your opponent not being able to swing at it and the KO, like KOing with like Marcus Mars? But yeah, I think it's I think this card replaces the OP13 Zoro. Oh, that's what you're saying. If Yamato was slash, yeah, if Yamato was slash, it would also have a really good package because just green slash is so good. Yeah, and this rests any card. It's a stage card, it's a Dawn card, it's a leader card, it's a character card. It's any card. Talking about Odin, though. Odin, a 5 cost, 5,000 power slash Land of Wano Kozuki, clan 2K. This is a 2K. Opponent's turn. If this character is rested, give it 2,000 power. This could also not be a bad thing to play in Zoro, right, off of the Dracula Mihawk, because on the defensive side, it's a 7,000 power character. So if there was like a 4 cost removal card, that's different, but I think this card's a pretty good like 2K as well. You could also, in Dracula Mihawk, play this card down, then rest it to get your 3 Dawn back as active, and this is then a 7,000 power character on your opponent's turn. You can like proactive in Zoro, you can use it off of Dracula Mihawk because it's going to get rested anyways, but in Dracula Mihawk, you can just play it out and use your effect to get your Dawn. So it's pretty interesting. All right, Chad, going back to Jinbei, our guy. Jinbei, our guy. Let's see. There he is. Right here. We got a Wadatsumi. It's a 3-cost, 5,000 power Fishman Sun Pirates 2K. This character cannot attack, but when a card is from your hand is trashed due to an effect, the effect of this character is negated until the end of this turn. So, if you put this guy on the field, this 2K, you have to use your leader effect in the turn or some other discard effect to be able to get this to swing. It's probably a decent 2K within your deck, right? Because it's very easy to get rid of this character cannot attack effect because you just use your leader effect. I don't think it's bad. The one thing about these cards, having these cards on this wall, is that my cat will rub up against them and knock them off sometimes. She wants to go on the windowsill, but it's... actually, is it too bright? Actually, yeah, I don't want you guys being able to see what the outside looks like of my house. You can never be too careful. Anyways. Yeah, I think this card's not bad. Mihawk is so interesting because cards on the field are now resources. Exactly. I think it's pretty cool. Why not? You know, I don't like having visitors in my house. To put it simply. No, I don't think we have a searcher for Jinbei as of yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if we got one. You know, whether it's a 1-cost searcher or a 2-cost searcher. We've got Fisher Tiger, though, to continue on the Jinbei train. 6-cost, 7,000 power, 1K counter, Fishman Sun Pirates. On play, if your leader has the Fishman type, draw 3 cards. That's a lot of draw. Draw 3 cards is crazy, but at the end of turn, discard cards from your hand until you have 5 cards in your hand. I think this card's pretty good in Jinbei, and I think the idea behind it is you're trying to balance the 5 cards in hand during like this mid stage of the game. Because the only time that you want to discard cards is on like a draw 2 trash 1 from the SR Jinbei or for your leader effect. You never want to actually discard cards like this. So it's very similar to like balancing your hand like the Vivi in Zoro Sanji, and it's very similar to Rosinante, right? Green-blue Rosinante, where you need to balance the amount in hand. So I think that this card's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know when you would play it outside of like your 6 or 7 Dawn turn, right? Because the Jinbei SR is probably just like almost always a better card, right? It's almost always a better card. And here's an interesting thing about the Fisher Tiger as well. The Fisher Tiger is just end of turn. So this happens every turn that it's on the field, you know? This happens every turn that it's on the field. Kuzan, you need to balance too. Do you? What in your... I mean, obviously, like, getting puddinged, right, as Lazy Ace is saying. It's anti-pudding, but I don't think you really need to balance your hand too much in Kuzan, right? Yeah, like I think this Fisher Tiger is really sick. Yeah, it's just you have to watch out for pudding. So that's the balance of the hand. But honestly, like sometimes when I'm playing against Kuzan, if we're at the end of the game and they have a 5-card hand, I might still pudding anyways because you've set up your 5-card hand for like the entire game, right? With your leader effect, the different draw effects. So like in order for me not to pudding a Kuzan if I'm playing a pudding deck, you have to have like 3 cards or less, I think. Yeah, like a lot of these colors are kind of like being different within their like color tendencies, I'll say. Like I think Mihawk is very different. I think Dofi's kind of different. I think Dofi's kind of different, and I think Law I think is kind of different as well, switching power, and then Jinbei, right? I think the Gecko is going to be kind of cool. I think the Gecko is kind of sick. Yeah, definitely like in Kuzan, balancing the cards that you're discarding is huge. All right, let's go back to Dofi. There he is. Doflamingo. Yeah, Croc is also different. Yeah, Croc's another good one. I like a lot of the leaders this set. We've got Gladius, which, chat, has Gladius gotten a card before? Is this the first Gladius card? There might be some, like, bulk card. Oh, there is, from OP05. I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen this character before in my life. But then again, I haven't watched One Piece, really. Gladius, 3 cost, 4,000 power, 1k counter, on KO effect, Dawn -1, KO or rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a base power of 6,000 or less. This card is interesting to have because of your leader effect, right? Because if you do not know, you can use Doflamingo's leader effect to redirect an attack into an active character, chat. So you may think, oh, 3 cost, 4,000 power, not very good. Probably not going to swing at all. That's okay. Because with the on KO effect, he's going to be able to KO or rest. Which I thought it's really interesting that this says KO or rest. Because now if you're facing another deck with like on KO effects, you can like avoid the on KO effect. Hey, thank you so much, Stretch. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. It was very exciting last night. Very exciting stuff. I think this card is curious. My only worry about this card is that you are more than likely using your leader effect to Dawn -1 to get this KO effect off to then do another Dawn -1. So I think Doflamingo has to play like an OP05 uses Captain Kidd or a 3-cost Charlotte Pudding type of character to be able to re-ramp the Dawn back. I think you have to have some sort of re-ramp effect that happens. So then it's not so costly. Because in my opinion, I don't know if Dawn -2 essentially is worth it to get this combo off. Yo, what's up, Ender Reki? This is a set where I'm interested in every leader. The only one I'm not sure about is Moria because I prefer the old Moria. I totally get that. It's interesting when like a new... So like Boa's kind of in the same boat of like... We already have we have 2 blue or partially blue Boa leaders. So it's like, if you're nostalgic about one of them, you're like, dang, I don't know about this other guy that's come in. But it's a boost within that archetype. So like Doflamingo, there's purple Dofi cards already. He's going to already have a boost to be able to work with if you want to play like some green purple Doflamingo, right? More than likely he'll have some sort of boost. Boa Hancock, Kuja Pirates, you know, a boost. OP07, Gecko Moria, Thriller Bark. Even Trafalgar Law with like a lot of the Supernova stuff being red. So I think there's some interesting stuff in here. But we have to see the whole set list, by the way. What I do like, though, I really like this card, chat. This Dellinger. If you don't know about this Dellinger, it's a 1-cost, 2,000 power strike 1K character on KO. So similar to the Gladius, you are probably using your leader effect to attack this character to get this on KO effect. But this on KO effect, you add 1 card from your Dawn deck as rested. So this is what I was talking about earlier, to where I think for like Doflamingo, you need to play out these different characters that re-ramp you when you Dawn minus. This is going to be an excellent one. And then on top of that, after you re-ramp, you can look at the top 5 cards, reveal a Don Quixote Pirates type card, put it in your hand. So it's a 1 Dawn, re-ramp, and searches on your opponent's turn. Which could be a 2K, which could be a key piece that you play within the next turn. This is a pretty good card. And also, it's worth noting that Dellinger finds himself. Dellinger finds himself, chat. So you could chain these, because it only costs 1, you could like chain these in multiple turns during, if you go off curve, right? I don't know if you want to be on the even or odd curve yet. We'd have to see what the deck list like starts really looking like. Probably the even curve, thinking about the 8-cost Dofi and the 10-cost Dofi. But let's say you're on the odd curve, right? Let's say you're on the odd curve. On like a 9 Dawn turn, you can play the 8-drop Dofi, and then you can play the Dellinger with your 1 last Dawn. You know, when you're off curve. And if your curve is the odd curve, let's say, if that's your preferred curve, on your 6 Dawn turn, you can play the 5-cost Don Quixote Rosinante and then the Dellinger. You see what I'm saying? Like this card's awesome, I think. This 1 cost. I'm afraid they'll give most of the good Thriller Bark cards to yellow and not black. That is definitely something that you got to think about with these new like color combinations. Kuja Pirates had a little bit of glory, right? Had a little bit of glory. EBO3 Shirahoshi's is good with the heal as well. Yeah, I mean, the Shirahoshi, I think I talked about it in my EBO3 set review, or in some of my EBO3 deck lists that I posted about on YouTube the other day. But, like, Shirahoshi's not leader locked. Like, Shirahoshi can potentially just be a cool card. Even though I think there's 2 different effects with Shirahoshi, right? Like, the one that's leader locked is the power boost. Oh, no, wait. No, what am I thinking of? Oh, am I thinking of the blocker? The blocker might be what I'm thinking of. Never mind, chat. Forget I said that. The new Boa card is 7 Warlord locked. No, the new Boa card is not. Or no. Yeah, the new Boa card is 7 Warlord locked. So it can be played in Gecko Moria, black-yellow. It can be played in purple, yellow, croc. Yeah. It is only 7 Warlord locked. It's not Kuja Pirates locked. Dofi is going to be so cool. I'm going to play this deck. I'm going to play this deck, chat. Oh, and then we get to the Miss Wednesday. So that is all the reveals, chat. And again, if you're wondering how I'm seeing these reveals in our Discord server, which is completely free to join, all you got to do either on Twitch is do !Discord to join, or on YouTube, check the link in the description below. This channel automatically updates with translations as these cards get revealed and come out. So they're in the card reveal section of the Discord server. Thank you to y'all that have been coming into the Discord server, by the way. Appreciate it. What was I about to do? Chat, I'm going to put an advertisement on for Nen Garden real quick because Nen Garden pays the bills. And I'm going to pull up OP13 Sim and we'll get into some ranked games, chat. So thank you. Thank you, everyone who's joining us. I hope you stick around for the games. And chat, I will be right back. Listen, if you're itching for a brand new playmat, now is the time to check out Nen Garden, the sponsor of this video. Not only do they have brand new pre-orders up on their website for Chaos Crew, Green Fury, and the Absolute Ruler designs, which, by the way, are phenomenal. But if you're a fan of Goldie Roger, Nen Garden actually put out a new playmat called the Journey's End, showcasing Goldie Roger himself, and you yourself can find his one piece with the possibility of a 1 in 20 chance to get the special wanted playmat. And on top of that, if you're like me and you absolutely prefer cloth mats, Nen Garden has officially posted on their site cloth mats for Green Fury, Absolute Ruler, Berserk, and Journey's End. Plus, if you want a ton of other great accessories that aren't just playmats, they've got the King of Hearts t-shirt, matching pin, other pins alongside of it through the whole cake island, and even stickers. Make sure with whatever you want in Nen Garden, use my code Atrocious for 8% off. The link to their website is in the description below. Thank you so much for Nen Garden for sponsoring the video, and let's get back to that video. Ohayo gozaimasu, chat. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are going to be playing some Sabo ranked today because I am going to be playing Sabo at least for the first part of OP13. This is the deck that I want to grind first. I'm basically going to be grinding this deck until probably when Roger comes out. Because I don't know how this deck beats Blue Purple Luffy once Roger comes out. And I don't know if it can really beat Roger when this card comes out. So I'm going to be grinding this deck, playing it before this card comes out. And then we'll figure out, 1, if I want to keep playing it, or 2, if I want to switch decks. Purple Yellow Croc with the EBO3, Robin, and New Boa. I know, like, Purple Yellow Croc the last 2 sets got a little bit of cope, you know. The eventual blank yellow Kuma leader. Do you think it would be Egghead, chat? Do you think if Kuma got a leader, it would be an Egghead type? Gonna be getting a private lobby. Boom. Chat, remember also that this weekend there's going to be a Japan Championship as well. Do I like this hand? I'm going second. That's fine. I like going second. Keep. I think this is a good hand. We play, I think we play Koala first. Is Hack good in this matchup? Hack is a fine Fordon play if I don't find the stage. Maybe I take it. Stage? Dang, no stage. But there is a dragon. I could set up with Dragon. I could just do this. It's probably fine. Hack is okay if they play the 4-cost Zoro. Yeah, like I think Hack is probably like not the worst. Because even if they rest it, they got to swing into it anyways, right? So we just play Hack and pass. UP is favored in a Roger, and I haven't had any issues so far. Well, it could be just like, yeah, like doing this is fine. Okay, now we're going to be cooking with gas. This is an original cost, right? So Tashigi is annoying. Here. Do I ever swing with this? To be aggressive? I don't think I need to. I think that's fine. I think maybe I do this and make him think that I am. Maybe. No, I think this is always correct to swing because he could just 2K. He could have like gotten this as a 2K. I think this is okay. Oh, he took both of them. Okay, I'll take it. That's fine. Like, I'm not worried about this. He's going to go 10 there. Oh, wait. Oh, he's going to swing 10-10 at this. Oh, shoot. Let's just 2K, 1K, 2K, 1K, right? I think that's fine if he does. I need to leave up maybe 2 Dawn next turn for this. Okay, he doesn't know that he can swing at that Sabo again. Ooh, that's pretty good. Maybe I will. Yeah, maybe I'll just go... Oh, no, but then if I play Sabo, I can't leave 2 up. Oh, shoot. I should have just played Sabo. That was a mistake. Probably... I'm locked into the Sabo play for sure, and then Waxing Fist. I should have thought about that a little bit. Okay. We'll grab 2K, because I can't grab anything else. We'll just go here. Plus. Do I ever swing at this? This is an 8. I could go 8-8 at the Tashigi. I don't want the Tashigis to keep swinging, but I'm not. I don't know if I'm afraid of the Tashigi swinging at the Sabos. So maybe I just go here and potentially. Okay, now my hack doesn't really have value, right? If my hack doesn't really have value, he would need a 3rd Tashigi with no searches. That's pretty unlikely, right? I'm okay at this point if hack goes down. Maybe I'm being a little too aggressive. You get the 1 back with Dragon. Yeah, like now I definitely let 1 get KO'd, right? Now I definitely let this guy get KO'd. Ooh, he's going to Dead Man's Game. Ooh, maybe I should have not swung this then. I still have an opportunity to protect them. But yeah, that was kind of a... I didn't think about Dead Man's Game right there. I think I only want him to swing at... I'm going to 10 next turn. I think I only I think I give counter right now. It's only an 8K swing, so sure. Then I'm fine going to 1. Do I let this go? I don't have anything that I really want to play off dragon. Sure. I don't know if that was the right play, though. I'm definitely using black spiral this turn, right? Trash. We could actually do hack because we could try to get to like a situation with Goldie Roger, maybe? I think I just take the 2K for now. And then go here, probably just put a bunch of 2Ks back. I guess he could go in with like another Dead Man's Game. So I leave the 2 blockers up. Where do I go here? Zoro Leader is base cost? Oh, it is original cost. Oh, so he can do that. I thought it was just regular cost. Can you tell I've had a lot of practice in this format? This would be 8 at Tashigi. So it'd have to be like 2K and 2K if I swung this as well. I guess we make him have it, right? 2K. 2K. Okay, 2 1Ks. That's a pretty good sign. But now at least I can use Waxing Fist if he Deadman games one of my Dawn. I don't know if I'm afraid of dying at this point. I guess the only thing that I'm afraid of is... No, because on his first swing, I just... Shoot, I should have blocked. Or actually, no, Electrical Luna does not... Electrical Luna doesn't matter at that point. Okay. That's a lot of Dawn there. That's a lot of Dawn there. Let's see. Okay, so he's committed everything at this point. So he's going to go 10, 10, 10. So it's Black Spiral -4 to go to 6. He swings 10 and 6. He still battles a character so he can swing at lead. So there's 2 swings coming at me. I can take 1 life. I think it's fine to do this. Yo, Dirt, you're hyped for a pre... Oh, no, he can't restand. You're right. I mean, this is still fine, I think. Sure. GG's. I think I have a good Zoro matchup with Black Vortex. So long as I see it, right? Yeah, because he can't restand. So I'm chill doing this. I think he should have. Yeah, Black Spiral for the W. I think you need this card in Sabo, for this matchup specifically. But I think if he, well, even if he had left the 3 here to restand, like I had counter to get out of the 7K swing, and then he would only be a 6K swing that I could either like Garp or take. The next card was not my Goldie Roger. So, speaking of which, I have to log that. Yeah, Garp can't search for Spiral, but if it did, it'd be broken. But also, Boy Capo, how you doing? Welcome on in. I gotta add my result to Davy back chat. Zoro lost die, went second, won match. It's also good in Emu. Can't spiral Jupiter until you basically counter out of 2 swings from Emu. I don't think I've really played against Emu yet, on ranked at least. So I don't know how that goes. I haven't practiced it. Please create a private lobby. But what I do like about this deck is that I choose second pretty much every time. There's no veering. You are a second leader. Another Zoro. Everybody's playing Zoro today. Zoro lost die roll. Ooh, I'm going first. All right, show me what you got. This has Garp. I think I mulligan. All right, this hand is better. Stage. I think I need stage. Pass. Good luck, have fun. Sometimes they... Oh, you mean nullify the 10 cost Emu. Or the 10 cost 5 Elders. Okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I think I always Garp first. I have to do it this way? I have to stage something though, right? I'm always getting rid of this. I don't think Stussy matters in this matchup. So what am I getting rid of? 8 cost Mihawk? Probably. Oh, yeah, so then everybody's a 5,000. Oh, I see what you mean. So everybody's 5,000 power. You could also... That's actually pretty good. Because at that point, you're almost always a 6,000 power leader. I think I have to get rid of Stussy. Grab Koala. I could actually grab Koala and build up trash even more. That doesn't sound too bad. Swing there. Let it go. Search for Morley, I guess. Pass. Yeah, the event is really nice against the event's really nice against Emu probably as well. Yeah, this is rank sim, Pedro. This is rank sim. I'm not very high ranked, so I'm not in the billions or whatever. The only time I play ranked really is like stream, because I'm trying to do like other videos and stuff. Nice, that's a good card to get. I probably get rid of this, right? This is probably pretty good. So I probably just do this, and I look for Hack. Hack is probably a good card to play on this turn. Go there. Play Hack down so then I can swing 6. Force a 2K out of hand. Even though he probably like rests it with Tashigi, right? I mean, Law Tashigi. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. So this is the part. Use trigger. Do I just grab this guy like every single time? I think I do. Okay, so the play is definitely to get Sabo, right? What do I get rid of in this hand? Hack? To find a 2K? I'm definitely playing Sabo this turn. Is there any reason to play Marcus Mars, or do I just hold him in hand for when the Trafalgar Law becomes a blocker? I probably hold him in hand for that moment, right? So we probably get rid of Hack. I don't like any of these cards. Do I need to do the one for Waxing Fist? I don't think so. Do I need to swing into Tashigi to try to get their 2Ks? I think it's probably fine to go at lead. Now he's probably got another Tashigi to lay down. He has a lot of cards in hand. Perona to try to find Tashigi. So he's got a Dead Man's Game. Oh my gosh. Double combo? Holy moly. I don't want to give up a 2K for this, but I've given up all my 1K, so I think I have to do that. But now this is the trade of, like, how much life are you going to take off of this? Let's take. I don't like that I have a third dragon in my hand. I don't think this game goes on long enough for me to have a third dragon in my hand. I think I screwed up. Because now I have to get rid of two 2Ks here. Because I don't want to go down to 0, right? But then he has like all these swings. So like he pretty much just like nullified my... I can't grab that. I have to grab that. Gosh, I can't swing at these. I can only swing at this. I mean, I can swing at this, but if I swing at this, he probably saves it. I'm probably almost always playing the dragon, right? Yeah, I have one in trash. Put 2K, 2K, 2K. Grab this. Do I leave the one Dawn to feint a play? I know he has Dead Man's Game in hand. So my two blockers really just don't matter, right? Because even if I had the one cost event, I'm probably chopped. So I have to swing at these characters. I have to swing... This is an 8. Swing 8 here. I mean, he's got all the cards in the world. He just gives a bunch of 1Ks. Then I'm like... 9? Because I know he's using Dead Man's Game next turn. Dang. We have lost this match for sure. There's no way I get out of this. Dang, these are two super different games. Do I ever block? Let's see, I do this. I know Dead Man's Game is diabolical. One thing that I need to figure out is when is the correct time to block? I'm going to go ahead and get the value now. I don't know if that's right, but I think we're losing either way. Ooh, see, this is the one where I'm like, I wish I had another 2K in hand. Drat. Ah. Thank you for blocking for me. GG. Do not have the counter. Those were two very different games. I dominated the first game and then I got dominated the second game. That was crazy. But that's one of the things, I don't know if it was at all because I went first that game. But the Law Tashigi combo was crazy, but also going first and giving me an uphill battle was not good. He definitely knew what he was doing in that one. He knew exactly what he needed to do. Taking the even curve, getting Law turn 3. Pretty good. Can't wait for the new Law Perona combo. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, you can play that new Perona in OP14, right? If that's the one that you're talking about. You could definitely do that. All right. What do we got? Lim! I don't know how this matchup goes. Lim, lost die, went second. Okay, so we both have our curve. Do I keep? I think I can keep this hand. Good luck, have fun. Take a peek. I do find Koala. It's the only thing I can grab, so. Nice! Got stage. It's pretty good. I wonder if Hack is just better, though. Well, no, because you play a lot of 5 costs, right? So Hack doesn't mean too much. I guess it can get rid of the 3 cost, right? Yeah, but see, I have to Marcus Mars this in order to get rid of it, which is tough. If I do 1 cost stage in Garp, I can swing at Sabo, but I don't establish anything, and I probably take 2 swings to the Dome next turn. I save Stussy for a 9 cost Zoro or a big body, right? I think this is probably fine to do. Do I ever grab Dragon or do I grab Garp or Sabo? I think maybe I grab Sabo because I want to counter things to get ready for Dragon Sabo loop, right? So just go ahead and grab the 2K. Oh, Stussy could also be for the 10-drop Shanks, yeah. That's a good point. 1 cost stage. Get rid of Hack. Find another Sabo. This way I don't need to have my Sabo get KO'd. Swing 6, match it. Just get a card out of hand. Because probably what I want to do is I want to starve Lim, right? So giving me a 2K on that, it's pretty good. Yeah, the 10 cost Shanks. I forgot somebody was playing that in the Chinos Cup. I think I can 2K out of this. I don't want to take 2 life. I just want to take 1. Ooh, the restand Sanji. And the limb. Oh, this is pretty good. That's a lot of swings coming in soon. Got another ace 2K. And then this will draw one card. Oh, that's a perfect combo for them. That was pretty good. Oh my gosh, stop stage. I just need one. I think I pitched stage. I'm always playing Sabo here, but grab this. Actually, it's probably like that. This would be a 7. I know he has a 2K in hand, but I still have to pressure this Sabo, right? I still have to pressure it. Sabo being a 4K early feels rough. It's like fine, I think. Like, I mean, and I don't know, this could just be me, but I am about my 6th on turn. I'm either at 4 or 3 life, like pretty easily. Give them the 2K that they know. Give them another 2K. 7 here. They could. Oh, what they could do is they could swing big into my Sabo, can't they? I think I take. Stop! I've seen all 4 stage. I wonder if he swings 8 here. He is going to swing 8. I should have maybe blocked one of these early swings. I should have blocked one of these two so then if he like swings at me, like I have some sort of counter. But now I don't know if I block this. Because then I'm still only getting 1 swing per turn. Oh, there's Roger at least. Dang, look at all this non-counter in hand. Oh, this sucks. Oh, this sucks so bad. Can I just take it? I think I'm cooked. Yo, what up, Solosis? How are you? I'm just going to take it. Going to 8. I could just like hard play Sabo and then leave 2 up for this. That would nullify an attack, right? Because there's not really any other effects that I'm like overly worried about. I think my play is just to like play this guy, hard play that. 2K or waxing. No, I only have 8 Dawn. So I think 2K is probably the best. So we just go here. We go here. Here. Swing at this. Phew, I'm not liking this game for us, chat. Because I don't think I can afford to swing this. I need a block, baby. Do you have the counter in hand? Oh my god, he does. He had 2 more 2Ks in there. Oh, there's that Shanks, chat. And here's all this Dawn. Ah. He could just hit game right now, though. So now I'm like, I have to play the Stussy. We will block the next swing. Will we block the next swing? Okay. So I can get out of this. Oh, he goes to 4. Oh, and I'm not out of the counter phase. Wait. Dang it. Okay, I definitely screwed up that end game. I definitely... Okay, is there a way that we can get out of this? Hold on. So I had 2K, 1K. I had 2K, 1K in hand. In the event. I definitely just need to, like, suck it up and block these, like, little swings, right? Like, could have blocked this. Could have blocked this. But then... Even if he, like, swings 10 here, I go Black Spiral 1K. And then he just, like, swings, like, a couple 6s right here or something. Or, like, 9-9. Or, wait. No, it'd be 8-8. After I have no blockers. I think I was... Yeah, there was a lot of bricks. I saw all 4 stages. I saw 2 dragons, 2 Sabos, Stussy, Roger. I mean, to be fair, like, there are games like that because I think this deck does run a lot of bricks, right? Here's 2 bricks. Here's 1. Here's technically 3, 2, 4, 4, 4. There's a lot of bricks in this deck. But I think the idea is, like, with your searching and stuff and your filtering, it's like you eventually find your 2Ks, some 2Ks, your events. Do I really only have 6 2Ks in this list? No, I have more. I have more. To be able to, like, filter out, because, like, you're trying to find like 2 Sabos, right? You're trying to find 1 or 2 dragons. And that's, like, really what you're looking for in terms of your non-counter. And then maybe, like, you know, you can find this guy and, you know, you have one of these Stussies at some point. But yeah, this deck just runs a lot of bricks. Please create a private lobby. All right, let's see. What do we got next? What do we got next? Locals are full of emus. I want to try Lim on your next flagship. Maybe EBO3 changes that. Are you Houdini in your Lim testing or your Lim thoughts? Are you thinking about playing the new Lim in EBO3? That new Lim card, if you don't mind me asking. Sabo looks fun. It is fun, Lancelot. I like it. It's a... Oh, nice. We're getting some emu practice now. Who just did that, by the way? Peachy. Peach. Thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate it. How you doing, friend? Welcome on in. I think I keep this hand because of what I have here. All right, chat. My first emu match. I 1 die, go second. They played Empty Throne. The Lim runs Orochi as a 2K, so you can replace him with that. Oh, yeah, you don't have to run, like, the OP01 Orochi stuff anymore, right? This card is so good. Wait, is it? Oh, no. Maybe not. Because it only KO's base cost of 5, where our Sabo's base cost of 6. It can get rid of the hack, but not the other stuff. I probably go Captain's Assistant first. Or Captain's Assemble. Find hack so I have something to do next turn. Right. And then Koala. No, maybe I want Stage. Do this and then end turn. What they're going to do, though, is they're going to try to protect as much as possible, right? You try to protect in this matchup your life because you don't want to get rogered. Nice. Good trigger. Probably dragon? Probably dragon. 7 cards in trash. Look who's building up the trash, buddy. Look who's building up the trash. Did you even use your leader? I don't think you... Oh, no, you did. You did. I know he's got Marcus Mars in hands, but I want to force him to use Marcus Mars, right? He doesn't want to put me to 3, so I'm, like, not swinging this turn. I have 2 options. I can swing. Maybe it's better for me to play these 2 searchers and build up stuff because I don't have a 6-cost Sabo next turn. So maybe it's best for me to just look for it. Yeah, because there's no 8-cost Sabo. This card's probably pretty good. I think I grabbed 2K instead. I think I'm going to try to find Sabo right there. Search a little bit more. Could find Captain's Assemble. Just build up the trash. I think that's fine. Just swing 5. Bam. Now I've got my trash built up a bit. Right? 13 cards to use off of Dragon. Turn after turn. The Marcus Mars doesn't matter as much. Okay, he's got Saturn. Oh, dang. If I had Hack down, though, I could actually KO this. Because he doesn't have the protection effect yet. I think that's whatever. I am probably taking the next swing. Or do you wait in this matchup to swing and put me down to 3 until you, like, get your Exodia combos off, right? Do you ever do that? So his hand is Marcus Mars, 5 Elders, and Never Existed. Marcus Mars, 5 Elders, Never Existed. And he has 2, we know of 2, 3 of the Elders so far, 4. Yeah, like I wonder if you ever swing and put me to 3. Yeah, Emu mirror matches are super entertaining to watch in my opinion. I like them. No, we're going to try to save this card for the guy that makes everybody a 7. We're going to try to save that card for that. We're just, well, we go to 6 to 8, so we could actually pitch one of these if we wanted. Grab 2K. Dang, missed my Marcus Mars. Just go here. 7. It's giving me 2K, 1K off of this. It's pretty good. Because we want his hand to go down, right? Yeah, whoever finds more of Searcher and Blocker. Yeah. That's what I feel like the mirror comes down to. Like if both have a normal curve, you know, in a normal game. Okay, so he's got all of them. He's got all of them ready to go. I know he has the 5 Elders. I know he has the event. I know he has a War Curie in the hand. Just trashed the Jupiter, and that might be the Marcus Mars. That might be the War Curie. So all we know is one event and one elder, right? I think. There might have been something at the beginning that I missed. I can't remember. Like off the first Shaoria. Do I ever give up hack or do I just... No, because I want him to use this, right? Like I want him to use this Dawn to swing at me. I don't want him to use it for the event. I think. ACOS Dragon's pretty good. What do we filter though? I actually don't know what I filter. Do I just keep my hand as is? Let's go Waxing Fist 2K 2K. Maybe I could do Dragon, right? Like this Dragon? Because I don't think he's going to swing. He's going to 9. He can't play the 10. And I don't think he's going to play the Rush guy. So maybe I can't have a Sabo KO'd. So maybe I do just get rid of this. And if he does end up KOing one, it's like whatever. He probably KOs one if I turn it sideways, though. But I need the aggression, right? Let's just do this and let's play Red Dragon next turn. The counter event is also bait later on. Oh, I see what you mean. Let's grab another 2K, I guess. I'm just going to pressure him. He can kill it with the 3K counter event. Oh, is that one not minus power? Is that KOing a 6 cost? I always get that mixed up. Is that what it is? I think he's got to play a blocker this turn, actually. Well, I don't know. He has a lot of cards in hand. Empty Throne gets out. Okay, that. I wish I had this ready. That's fine. And now he only has 2 Dawn up, and I have several 2Ks in hand. Because next turn, what I can do is I can just go Dragon into Black Spiral to nullify this guy. But then he goes 10... Interesting, because then he goes 10 cost, right? He's got another War Curie. So his hand is Elder, War Curie, and the There Was Nothing event. Seven, 7, 7. I'll do the first one. The second one, I'll take another 2K. He's got to leave some Dawn open, right? So then he doesn't just, like, lose. Yeah, he's going to leave 2 Dawn open. Is the... This is a leader or character. But yeah, I think the play is just like this. Maybe like filter hack the 1K. Yeah, I'm going to leave I think I'm just gonna play Dragon to... This is also a thing. I never know where to put the Dragon power. Swing 10 there. Actually, I guess it should have been 9, 10, and then give me an event. Okay, there's an event and a 2K. Oh, he still took. I think he misclicked. Do I ever go... I always swing these, right? I just need to grab the hack. Because I think I'm playing Roger next turn. Yeah, I'm just like playing... I'm playing Roger next turn. That was definitely... I think he misclicked. I think he meant to counter out more. I think I can afford... Yeah, I just have Roger and then I swing these big numbers. I think I'm fine doing this. But when do I... I think I can just block 2K. He's playing the 10 cost, right? I think I'm okay if, like, this guy ends up swinging 8, because then I just block in 2K again. And then when the fresh set of them come out, I just go block 2K. And then when the fresh set of them comes out, then I use the Black Spiral on the Jupiter to make that guy a 5. And if he swings any higher than that, it's like whatever. Because I have 2Ks. Oh, he's going to Marcus Mars. Marcus Mars doesn't work, though. Because it's a base cost of 5 or less. These are all base 6s. He can only get rid of the Bello Betty. Yeah, so one, I think he thought that he could get rid of this, but he should have always done this with the stage. He should have always done this with the stage, unless he was clicking too fast and meant to click this instead. He should have clicked this with the stage. No, because it wasn't, I guess it wasn't a misclick, because he would have, this would have always clicked first. Yeah, I mean, he made 2 mistakes that game. One was not countering out, because he definitely could have, more than likely, right, with these three counter cards, he had one of them in hand. One, he would have never taken the last life right there. And then right there, he would have played the 10 cost instead to get the elders out, and then probably swung either at life or pressure one of these bodies with the minus. But even at that point, I think I still, like, because I can keep one of them alive, right, because of the 2K. So, like, even if he minus 2s it, and it goes to, well, it would go to a 6, and then I would Black Spiral to put it on Jupiter to put it down to a 5, unless he attached Dawn. It'd be 5 to a 6, and I have 2Ks to get out of that. But I think I always Roger anyways. So what is it? He definitely leaves 2 up for his events, right? And maybe he swings bigger because this costs 6. So 3 off of this, 4 with the Elder. So he would have had 2 more extra Dawn. So he would have used that 2 Dawn probably to attach with the character and swing into like this body right here to try to kill it, which would have been 9,000. I hit the Jupiter with the spiral, so that goes to 7,000 out of 6,000. I just 2K out of it. And then he has 2 Dawn left open with these events. In theory, he could still have 1 life, though. That's another thing. I think I can still get there with Roger. Because I attach 2 Dawn for these 2 effects. And then it's... What is the math? It's 8, 8, 8, 9, 10, 13. Can he get out of all those? Actually, he might be able to get out of those with these. But I still don't know if I... Actually, if I turn all these sideways, I probably lose. But I probably just try to stall out another turn and just swing like this, this, and maybe like play this because I'm at 15 or more cards in trash. And it's just another blocker body, and I delay Roger another turn. Right, because in theory, I have another one of these in hand. So I think I was winning that game no matter what. Oh, if Roger's 14, that's right, because of the plus 1K. I think I still win. I don't know if he gets out of it, but it definitely lasts a little bit longer. Right. It definitely the game goes a little bit longer for sure. So that was good. That was good practice against Emu. Or at least my opponent made like 1 or 2 sim slip ups, right? I mean, I guess the second one's not really a sim slip up, but please create. But that was like good thought process against what to do against Emu, at least. But chat, appreciate everybody that's hanging out here today. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure on YouTube you hit subscribe and like the stream. And on Twitch as well, make sure to hit the follow button. Oh, is this the same limb as earlier? I can't tell. I think I just take second. Because I think that's just my curve. Mulligan. Okay. We have a lot of 1-drops. 1 dice goes second. All right. Let's see if this can go a little bit differently than last game. Ooh, that's an interesting card. This character will be removed from the board by one of your opponent's effects. You may instead rest one of your Odyssey characters. Okay, so hack is not really going to mean too much in this matchup, I think. I think I want to stage Captain's Assemble. Grab Dragon, probably. And then I think it's got to be this guy. Probably this. Let's see. Take this. Another stage. Perfect candidate, I guess. Goes into the Sabo. Always restand, so I can't swing into him. The hack doesn't mean anything because it doesn't get a boost on the even curve. But I guess I could, if I play hack, I can put him in a situation to where, like, he has to swing this first. And then hack can more than likely get rid of this, right? Because all of his other Odyssey characters are coming in rested because he only has 1. So he he has to either, if he wants to save this, he has to either give up this swing or just let it go. I think that's probably pretty good, right? Grab this guy. Play, pass. I feel like that's fine. Does he have anything that can rest hack? I don't know. It's been a while since I played against Lim. We try to stream stretch at least once a week. A lot of times it's just 2. Resolve. Dofi can restand, but not the Sabo. We try to stream at least once a week. Thursday's usually a pretty consistent day of the week. Usually I stream on Tuesday as well, but I didn't this week. I was just so busy with some stuff. I wanted to really hit 20K on YouTube, so I did a lot to try to get... I tried a lot to get some videos, but we will be live tomorrow night for the Japan Championships in Hiroshima. And for the next couple, I'm going to let this go and KO this. Right? Yeah. I don't know if that was correct. But yeah, this is fine. Okay, so now we're doing Sabo shenanigans. We're probably pitching Bello Betty. Half the time I feel like when I search, I'm like, man, I wish I would have garped. And then we swing 7 into here. We swing 7. It's the same math no matter what. But for the next 5 weeks, we'll be live on Friday nights or Saturday nights for Japan Championships. Assuming that they stream them. They should be streaming them. Also, Stiz, wow, what's going on? How are you? Are you going to continue playing Zoro Sanji in 13? I'm definitely going to have a list ready. I think after the Roger promo comes out is when I'm going to start playing Zoro Sanji. I don't think I'm going to play it before then. Oh, could he just do the same thing where he starts swinging 8s? He could go 8-8 here. But then he would have 1 Dawn open for Blast Breath, I guess. No, the new Zoro Sanji list is super cool. I just want to play red. I want to play Redback Black Sabo. Just do this. Eight here. I think I'm okay taking. What do I don't have anything good to play off Dragon, right? Because Dragon would be so good, right? Ooh, that's pretty good. I am probably just doing Koala. Here's this Sabo. I think I get him pretty much for next turn, but I think I should do this Sabo or this Dragon and pressure that Sabo. Really good. See how much you give me for this? Okay, let it go. That's pretty good. Now I can just go ahead and swing this at lead. He has 3 active Dawn. Why? Kanado, this is the deck that I want to play in OP13. I think it's fun. It is somewhat linear in a sense to where, like, you're always playing these guys down and then you're trying to, like, drag in more of these guys, right? But I think it's fun. I mean, he could have had few events, right? They could have Hell's Judgment. They could have, like, Slow Beam. They could have Blast Breath. But they didn't that time. I think I'll block and 1K out of that. I want to know if he ever goes in on this Sabo. There's another 8. He never goes 9 with this Dofi, right? I mean, I'm okay taking this. So I don't think he ever goes higher than 8. He could go Mihawk and then go another 8. That's something he could do. But am I okay with that? I'm going to go Dragon into Sabo next turn. I can go to 0, right? Sure. Mihawk. Oh, Sabo. This will be good now that I'm at 0, but so we go here, we find this, I guess. We go, I probably always do this first, right? And I put back this. Don't put back the one card that you want. Probably just like hack. Play him out. I have a lot of 2Ks in hand. I really just have 2 swings here, right? Another 9, 10. I mean, I don't think he has counter events. Yeah, and then I just somehow survive this turn and then play Dragon. Oh, he's gonna do this. I have a lot of counter. This is very scary though. Do I have enough counter? Especially with Mihawk. But this is basically like an all-in play, right? Even if he has a Mihawk restand, I'm good. He doesn't have a Mihawk restand. 11. And then I just like play Dragon, right? Or I'm sorry, Roger. We go Roger. And then I go... I probably go this first. 8. 8. Okay, you gave me a lot of 1Ks out of that, so I think I'm good, right? 9. Whew, GG's. Oh, they didn't even want to talk. Okay. Okay. But Abster, I know Abster played it in the... Why would you not play this? He should have definitely played this to start the turn, right? Instead of just going in with these. You could have left one up for Dead Man's Game. I think you were still in trouble, but I don't know why you don't, unless he got these off life just now. But I know Abster played Zoro Sanji in the Chinos the other day because he was in one of the like early stream games. But I don't know if he posted his list. No, it doesn't look like he did. And I don't think Chino's posted it either. Yeah, Chino's didn't post it either. But I know that Skepas has... Yeah, these two could have came from life. But if he had them in hand, then he always should have played them. He did have a couple events in Dead Man's Game because he played one and then had another in hand. But yeah, this looks pretty much like the Chinos Cup limb, I think. Yo, what's up, Haru? How are you? Dom, what's up? I would have just put events back. I could have put like more of the Searcher events back. But the only event that I really like think I want to go for is like Waxing Fist, right? Hey, thank you, Haru. I appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. Also, Kodarada, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Yeah, this card is so cool in Lim. I like this card a lot in Lim. I think this is sick. Even though you can't, I don't think you can play, you still can't play like a character off your leader effect, but to be able to like utilize the Dawn and like with these small bodies that you have, right? Because you're very low to the ground in a sense of like your 6K bodies that are swinging every single turn. You can make them like way more threatening, right? And develop a 12,000 power body on the field. Yeah, we talked about the OP14 cards earlier today. You'll be able to see if you want to watch earlier in the VOD. We talk about all the recent ones that have been revealed in the last like 5 days. Oh, I actually didn't know the ruling. Can you actually play a character on your leader effect after Shanks? I don't know. Like, I haven't played Lim. I haven't seen a ruling on that. But it says, like, you can't play any cards from hand. Yeah, the VOD will be public, so you'll be able to watch it. It was in the Q&A. Oh, good to know. So good to know. That's really interesting in the matchup that I need to think about is like he could play Shanks and do a bunch of swings, and then he can Dracul Mihawk restand that character and swing again. Oh, that's super good to know, actually, in this matchup. Because that's really good. Being able to still use Lim, being able to still use your leader effect in Lim is so good. So nice. I can't play an event in Green Uta after playing the Shanks. I know, right? Like, sometimes you just want to play, like, Backlight or I'm Invincible, but yeah, Shanks works better in Lim, I think, than in Uta. Because Lim goes around the effect. Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't even have to be, you can attach 7 Dawn. You can swing like 12-12, which is so good. It's such a good end game like play. Would that have mattered for my opponent if he did that? If he played 10-cost Shanks into 3-cost Mihawk? Probably not, because then his Because he did a 10K swing at the end. It's probably smaller because he played Dead Man's Game to start. So that would be another 3-don. Yeah, it wouldn't have worked out for him anyways. But for anyone curious, this is where I'm at in the list. I'm not married to anything except probably Marcus Mars. I will more than likely play 2 Marcus Mars in my Sabo deck. Because I think this card is so good. This card is so nice. You just have to have it, though. That's the downside. Similar to, like, Goldie Roger. Like, you just have to have it. No, I play Red Dragons. I play 2. I play 2 Red Dragons, yeah. It's hard because, like, you want to go in, like, the order, but they're in order by color and cost. Like, cost and then... Or they're in order by color and then cost. So, like, you look over here and you're like, whoa, no, Red Dragons. No, they're up here. How do you keep up with all the releases? OP13 coming out, but there's already EBO3, OP14 in the East. Well, Stretch, the One Piece trading card game is my full-time job. I am a full-time content creator on primarily YouTube, but I stream on Twitch for my live streams. But I'm a full-time One Piece TCG creator, so I think about this game like all day. So that's how I keep up with it. You have to be very like organized, especially coming up here soon, because OP14 comes out soon in the East, but EBO4 is being put into OP14 for us. So we'll get OP04 cards before the Eastern meta, so we'll have a different format at that point. And then when OP15 comes out in the East, they won't have had rotation yet. But when we get OP15, we'll have had rotation. So, yeah. Oh, but I'm trash at this game, though. I'm not very good at this game. My best deck ever was Blue Nami. What's the reason behind 2 Betty? I just like looking at the top 5 rather than top 3. That's really it, Lancelot. Some people, though, go like down 1 Garp and up 1 Betty. But just being able to look at the top 5, because like it's like I said earlier, like this card makes your deck very good. This card makes your deck like if you don't see one of these 2 cards, the game is infinitely harder. So having a way to dig 5 cards instead of 3 off of these is sometimes just very, very good. But yeah, if I were to go to 3, I would probably go down to 2 on Garp, which I'm not like opposed to doing. I'm just trying out Garp because I really like the reason that I have 3 Garp is because I want to be able to find Goldie Roger. I want to be able to find Marcus Mars. I want to be able to find Stussy. But I don't know if it's worth 3 slots. The Marcus Mars is so good. Like, I'm not taking Marcus Mars out of my deck anytime soon. Like, being able to KO a 5 cost is so nice. And because, chat, because you have such aggressive, like, discarding at times, you're going to have 7 or more cards in the trash, so this is an immovable blocker. So, I really like Marcus Mars in the list. I think it's really good. It's just the same problem as, like, Stussy, Roger, the Black Spiral. You just got to have it. You just got to have it. No, it's not. It's not for the Emu matchup. Can I just type 4 and then it would be fine? Or 5? Can I just type 5? Yes. Okay. So the cards that I want it for, right? Not really anything in red. I want to get rid of Cavendish. I want to maybe get rid of Carrot. I want to get rid of the Smoker if I see it. I want to get rid of Tashigi when I see it. I want to get rid of this guy if I see it. In the Limb matchup, it's pretty good, right? Because it gets rid of pretty much everything. With the blue decks, I want to get rid of this, right? In UP Luffy, I want to get rid of this in Ace, right? Those are really good cards to get rid of. Purple Luffy, I don't really know if I want to get rid of Magellan, but I want to get rid of Sanji Pudding in the GP matchup, right? Even though GP is on the decline, this KO's a base cost, so it gets rid of Sanji Pudding, which is pretty good. Rosinante in the UP matchup, want to get rid of that guy. That's pretty good. In black, I guess it wouldn't be bad in Blackbeard if they let me have an effect, but I don't think they would. Vegapunk getting rid of this guy could be nice. Getting rid of one of the other ones could be nice, but I guess we're not super worried about that. Calgara getting rid of this guy or one of these guys, right, could be good. I feel like there's a decent amount of targets, and you can find it off of Garp. Yeah, no, I'm just telling everybody. You know, I'm not trying to make you look silly, but just trying to explain my reasoning why I like Marcus Mars so much. How much do deck lists change release to release? It depends on if there are changes for it. So like, oh, I think I deleted all my like OP12 lists. It depends on if you get support for it, right? So like, I feel like with this, it probably won't change much when like OP14 comes out, because there's probably not going to be a lot of good black or red OP14 cards that you want to include, right? Like, if anything changes, it's going to be like one of these non-revolutionary army cards. And I like Marcus Mars a lot. I like Goldie Roger a lot. I like Stussy a lot. So it just depends. Now, when you talk about like Blue Doflamingo, this deck changed a ton when the new starter deck came out that put out... it changed a lot when the new starter deck put out... I'm trying to find like this. Like these two. Absolutely were bonkers for the deck. So it depends. I can see a reason why you wouldn't play Stussy in this deck, though, Haru. But I like Stussy for the Ace matchup. Yeah, like in I don't know if he's got it on the public version of Sim yet. But there's a new 4-cost Sabo that's really, really good for the deck. That's a promo, so when that comes out, I'll slide that in. And then there's it's not in here yet. There's a 4-cost Koala that's also really good. I'll slide that in probably. I don't know where exactly. I think I've seen some lists take out this hack, which I'm not convinced, but I could be. So it just depends on like when stuff gets support, right? Do you think you can make do without the PRB Sabo 2K? I don't know. You're never really like playing this card, but to have a searchable 2K is really, really good. Yeah, Roger, I think if you're playing a red deck, you just play a 1 of Roger, especially if you have something like Garp. If you are a red Luffy, Sabo, or Ace, just play a 1 of this at least. But I don't know. I don't know if I take out this guy anytime soon. It would have to be because I think the reason that I would take this out is if there was a 2K that was better than this. But I am taking out Morley and Hack first, I think. I think I'm taking out Morley and Hack before I take this out. Because in the late stages of the game, this can be such a good card to play, right? Like to just get more blockers on the field, to like stall out. This is a very like somewhat defensive deck, right? Because you have blocker, you're spitting out another blocker, right, off of Dragon most of the time. So like this is a really good card. But if there are 2Ks that are better, if there's a set of 2Ks that, you know, I've already taken out Hack and Morley, and there's a new 2K that makes Sabo the worst 2K in my deck, then I'll take it out. But I don't see this coming out anytime soon. I think this card's pretty good. It's very niche, but it's one of those things that, like, when you need to have it, it's pretty good. Like, the time of when you need to have this is like, the time of when you need to have this is when you don't have any other 8 cost on the field, which means that you're losing, right? That's when you play this card. When you play this card, it's because you don't have a good target for Dragon. And this is a bad card to play off Dragon, in my opinion. This is, like, you play this off Dragon every single turn. I think Sabos. The time to buy Sabo was like 2 weeks ago, I think. I have my playset, so I'm not looking for any more Sabos. The secret rare pre-sale is $23. That's pretty good, I think. I like that. Oh, Sabo, this card's only like $7, like market value. And you could probably, if you have a local community, you know, they can sell it to you at like 80% or something like that. These were worse at a time, but they're not bad. I would buy them right now. I would definitely buy them right now. If you want to play Sabo and OP13, I would get them right now. Because what was I going to say? Because I think they'll go up once OP13 releases. Because people are going to be looking for them to play Sabo. Generally, the cards go up when a super good... Cards go up when a super good deck breaks out of the meta and people realize that they need stuff for it. Or when a new archetype releases and people need stuff for it. So Sabo never, like, really broke through the meta at all. It didn't even make a top 16 in any of the Japan CSs. So people won't realize that they need it for their Sabo deck until they decide that they want to play Sabo. Yeah, just ask your locals. Yeah, I've seen emus play this card. They don't really anymore. They did when emu first came out in OP13. They don't really anymore. They're instead playing the Shirahoshi and then what is it? Charlos. This guy. They're playing... Oh, no, not that guy. It's Majo, this guy. They're playing this guy instead as, like, their 2Ks. In the beginning of the format, they were playing this guy, but they don't anymore. I don't really know anybody that still plays this. Oh, yeah. Some of them will play the Vivi, for sure. Because this is a good card. This is a good tech option. Yeah, I think most of the Sabos or emus that I've seen are cutting Stussy. They're just they cut Stussy and they're just going for total consistency of celestial dragons. They're not really playing anything cheeky. Actually, Guanrong still plays 2 Stussies. And he's a world champion. He still plays 2 Stussies. He's not playing the Navy event anymore, which is sad. But chat, that's going to be all for me today. Apologies that we didn't watch the Chinese championships. The change of plans all of a sudden really threw me for a loop. But thanks for hanging out today, talking about OP14 and trying out some cards. I'm going to eat some food. I'm going to make sure I get a good night's sleep tonight, because I'm staying up late tomorrow. Chat, tomorrow we will be live for the Japan Championships unless something happens. I guess you don't need to see that part. What if I put... What if I put... Where is it? There we go. We'll put this in the ending, because I'm obsessed with Chainsaw Man for the near future. It's my whole personality outside of One Piece. But yes, if anything changes in terms of plans, chat, I will announce it in the Discord. So make sure if you're on Twitch and you're not in the Discord, do !Discord to pop up the command. And on YouTube, you just have to click the link in the description below to join the Discord, completely free. Thank you so much, chat, for joining. I appreciate all of you. W chat with the W stream. And yeah, let's get ready to see EBO3 championships this weekend, chat. I'll see you later.